crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. or online, lundmortgage.com.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
Participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Greg Clark Automotive trained certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881. and online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
Here we go.
This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's Monday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. You got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale. And so, much to our surprise, I think that's why I've been dizzy all day. You know, I thought, well, maybe I ate some weird mushrooms with an omelet or something. But it turns out that I was sensing something. You know, sometimes, Randy, goats and people get dizzy when there's an earthquake about to happen or happening somewhere.
I do. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And I think for me, I get dizzy when the Diamondbacks are finally about to do something before the damn trade deadline, and they finally did a thing. They did a thing.
They did a thing. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Here's the thing the Diamondbacks did. Just a little bit ago, they went ahead and traded away infielder Josh Rojas, first baseman Dominic Canzone, infielder Ryan Bliss. And now these are prospects and a guy that Randy says has been up and down, up and down. I mean, we've all been up and down, up and down. But, you know, in baseball terms, I think that means something.
Yeah, well, up to major league team down to AAA. That's
right.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
And so here's what we got. The baseball gods were listening and heard Randy's prayer
for some bullpen hope. And here's a closer for you. Right-handed pitcher Paul Sewald, Randy. Paul Sewald from the Mariners.
Yeah, and he's been pretty good with the Mariners. He's had a pretty good season. He's got a 2.93 ERA right now. He's picked up 21 saves with the team. My problem with this, though, is the Diamondbacks don't usually use a conventional closer, so to speak. It's always closer by committee,
right?
But hey, they made a move. I overall, I think this guy Sewald, he's 33 years old, so he's kind of in the prime of his career. He's got a 4.09 ERA with 55 saves in 319 major league innings over 7 seasons. So I mean, he's a proven guy. I hope the Diamondbacks are not done, but congratulations, you gave away 2 top 30 picks and Josh Rojas to pick up this guy. Now let's see if you can get him in here. The bottom line is he's not going to be a free agent until after next season, so they have him for 1 full year.
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine he's a value pickup. I haven't looked into his contract yet,
so Keon,
we'll wait and see.
Keon heard the GM for the Diamondbacks, Blazin Hazen, say something about what did he say, Keon? Hold me back. I'm about to do some deals, yo.
Yeah, well, he said that they plan on being buyers before the deadline. And
wait, I thought he said, "Hold me back. I'm about to do some deals, yo."
Well, I don't think those were his exact words.
That doesn't sound like
they really should have been, because that would have been much cooler if he did.
No,
well, but then you'd be awfully disappointed with this being the one buy that he's made so far.
Yo, hold me back. About to do some deals, yo. We still have a day, 24 hours.
There's still a day, and I won't judge this trade deadline period until it's all completely finished and over with. So I'm going to see what other moves he has left. I don't know what those could possibly be, because again, like a lot of the big moves and the big deals have been happening already. It's not like there's nothing left out there, but this to be your first move 24 hours before the deadline actually occurs is concerning.
Yeah. And by the way, Mike Hazen does look like the guy who'd put on a white T-shirt, turn his hat back around and say, "Yo, hold me back. I'm about to do some deals, yo."
No.
And even Jamie Kennedy would be like, "Yeah, that didn't work great for me. You might want to put that one away, Mike. Just put that one down." So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If people that who keeps track of this for us, by the way, is it Keon? Is it Randy? Who's supposed to be in charge of keeping track of the baseball moves? Which one of you has got the duty on this?
Duty.
So which one? Who's tracking this?
Well, I don't know who would be the best to do this, but I mean, certainly I could jump in there. I mean,
Keon's like, yeah, but then I'd have to follow like the Diamondbacks on Twitter. And,
well, no, I mean,
I'd have to like do a thing.
I don't mind doing it.
You're a Nationals fan. You don't want to have like that notifications popping up all the time.
I already follow the Diamondbacks. I follow Major League Baseball. I'll keep track of it.
All right, you guys discuss amongst yourselves. Because I ain't doing it. I'm just a fan. You guys are actual journalists. Okay.
So,
now
I don't know about that.
Wait a second. I need to argue that point.
But Paul Sewald's base salary for next season, for this season, $4 million.
Is that good or bad?
That's a value move.
Okay,
that's it's all right. Total value move.
I mean, I hope he's worth it. I mean, I don't know what baseball players are worth. I know what football players are worth. I just don't follow the economics of baseball.
When you figure that the Rangers just made a move for Max Scherzer, and he's making upwards of 36 million a year. Mm-hmm. This $4 million a year looks like a value move to me.
I think it'd be funny if Scherzer was making $36,000 a year. I think that'd be amazing.
$36,000 a pitch, maybe.
Yeah. So there was some scuttlebutt that Scherzer might have been heading back to the Diamondbacks, but then that did not happen. It's a good thing.
Well,
right?
Yeah. Well, can you understand why? I mean, that would have been a boat rocker pick. I don't want to say tremendous pick. Because Max Scherzer has not had a big season. He's on the backside of his career. Seems to me it'd be another move by the Diamondbacks to output a bunch of money for an aging veteran. So we just let him go to the range. We don't need that kind of contract here anymore. Madison Bumgarner should have taught the Diamondbacks, don't do that again. Don't grab the hot pot on the stove again. Don't do that. That hurts.
You know, the Diamondbacks don't ever learn anything, right? They're an education-free zone, and I can just point you to one basic fact that will prove me right. And the fact is, Torey Lovullo is still with us.
And extended. And some people say he should be manager of the year. I say absolutely not. The bottom line is, this guy Sewald is a good pickup for the team. Like I was saying before we went on the air, the Diamondbacks are not a conventional closer type of team. You got the mathematicians, in the clubhouse in the clubhouse relaying to Torey Lovullo and you need to have this pitcher come in for this guy because he, in 98% of the time he hits the right field and shift everybody to the right field side. And can I get a bologna on ride? See what I mean? You get these kind of guys in there. They don't do a conventional closer. It's usually a closer by committee for the Diamondbacks. We'll have to see how they use them. I don't know.
And we'll also have to see what happens in the next literal 24 hours, right? The trade deadline is tomorrow at 3 p.m. our time, right?
To me, this is the most fun part of the trade deadline right here. The next 24 hours, because this is when blockbuster deals are made. This is when all the speculation comes out. This is when all the lies are brought out to light. We're not moving Shohei Ohtani, and then bam, all of a sudden he moves to another team. You see what I'm saying? So we'll have to just kind of wait and see.
Well, right now, as things have progressed through the weekend, Moist One was wrong. There was no sweep. Wasn't it Moist One that said the Mariners were going to sweep the Diamondbacks?
Yeah.
Well, we won a game. It ain't great that we lost 2 games out of 3.
Yeah.
But at least we didn't get swept. Was there a bet on this? I felt like there was a bet on this.
I did not see a bet on that written down. Just
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Moist One's on the text line, and he says, damn it. I hope you're happy, Randy, but I like the return for the Mariners, too. So he's not happy that the Diamondbacks got a closer, but he kind of likes what he got.
Yeah, and a lot of young players. Josh Rojas has been one of my favorite players for a while. He's a youngster that grew up here in the Valley, was a Diamondbacks fan, played, I think it's at Agua Fria, maybe. But anyway, this kid is, he's a good young player. And some of these other young guys, top 30 prospects for your closer. That's, I don't know if we paid too much. I'll be honest with you. I think we could have probably sent 2 guys, but they sent 3, and we'll have to wait and see if it's a good deal or not.
Hold on a second. I'm checking my phone to see if I won any lottery. Have you guys checked your tickets yet?
You can't win if you don't play.
Well, yeah, that's not what I asked. Did you win?
Well, I didn't play, so there was nothing for me to win.
Yeah, Keon chose food and rent over lottery ticket.
Son of a bitch. Well, I guess I'll have to finish the show. 888-368-1580. Thank you, Wilbur. Thank you, Blissful Hayes. Looking at it. Prison Wallet says, this dude has no legal ramifications because the baby has not been born. What he can do is call CPS.
Well, that's true. I didn't know that about Sewald. But listen, if there's a baby involved here somewhere, I'm sure we get the rights of this kid if he's a ball player, later on down the line.
Maybe that's President Wallet's way of telling us, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Maybe that's what he's saying. Or he's texting some other show and thinks that,
or that could have been a highly personal text meant for somebody else, not us.
I don't know. I'm very uncomfortable now. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Monday. Well, the Diamondbacks finally made a trade for a closer. Is it too little, too late? Well, no, too late is like 3:30 tomorrow. He says, also, don't they need another starter and another reliever? They gave up a lot for the guy who looks like President Eisenhower from American Horror Story, so he'd better be worth it.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was saying, B. George. I wonder if we gave up too much for this guy. And remember, there's still 24 hours to go in the trade deadline. But there's this kind of weird extended trade thing. I don't know how it works. I need to read up on it more. But this is the traditional trade deadline coming up. So
Berg sees it different. He says Diamondbacks have a closer. Diamondbacks have a closer and gave up nothing to get one. Rojas was not coming up anytime soon. Those two prospects, they're not top prospects. And Sebald, you got his rights through 2024. So he sees all positive on this, Randy.
I see some positive. I just have to wait and see if this guy is if he's going to pay out for us. I mean, sometimes a guy is in a groove with his team and then he moves over to a completely different league. He's gone from American League to National League, and he's going to a whole different team. I mean, sometimes that shakes these guys up. It rattles them, gets in their cage, and they don't perform as well as they had been all season. We'll have to wait. Again, I'm a wait and see kind of guy. I've always been that way. I want to see how this guy performs during battle. So
I'm a see and wait kind of guy. And then Keon, he's a speak and spell kind of guy.
Well,
I'll walk into the control room at any time and he'll have that thing out, pulling it. The cow says moo.
See and say.
Wait, the speak and spell. No, that's the little thing where you type into it. That was like a little, we used to pretend like that was a computer.
Right.
And it wasn't. We were just
see and say was the thing from Italia.
See and say.
That was the farmhouse animals. Yeah.
Keon, did you ever get to play with a see and say? You pull the string and it's like,
well, it didn't.
The cow says moo.
The one I had when I was a kid didn't have a string. It had like a little handle. You push it down and then it would.
Oh, yeah. He had the
more modern than us. Yeah.
Updated version. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever have the speak and spell? When you're like, beep, 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 and then you try to make it say dirty stuff.
I did not have that. No.
Yeah. Berg says every team plays every team. So the traditional American League to NL and vice versa, that is out the window. Joe, the show, I'm going to get to that here in just a little bit. We're not going to spend too much time away from the NFL on today's show. Guaranteed. We have so much, and I mean so much NFL that we got to cover in today's show. Mr. Pringle says Keon has that thing out and he's pulling it. What the hell's going on at that radio station? Pringle, you're just being filthy. I said very clearly he had a see and say or speak and spell, and he was pulling the string. So, if you're driving under a bridge, maybe you have an excuse. But outside of that, you're a bad person. George says, wait, was the speak and spell the one that E.T. used? Yes, that's right. He used, of course, he rewired it. And he ruined, by the way, E.T., what a jerk. I'm serious. The E.T., the extra testicle, what an a-hole. He just shows up.
I think that was terrestrial.
And he lands, he destroys this kid's shed, and then he gets all stranger danger on him, then all of a sudden he's tearing up his toys. And he took out the warranty on the speak and spell by rewiring it. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't get that fixed now. You've ruined the warranty. Once you break that seal, warranty's gone. And is it that working single mom of theirs, because their a-hole dad left the family high and dry? She can't afford another speak and spell for Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore is tearing it up and snorting coke already at Studio 54.
She's not at Studio 54 anymore.
She was then.
Well, not anymore.
I'm telling you right now, E.T. comes and then the whole damn family gets arrested because he's cooking meth or something in the bedroom.
No, and I think E.T. actually got the dad. Got the dad. He actually brought the family back together.
And E.T. started COVID too. E.T. started COVID. Everybody in there with their hazmat suits and stuff. But the kid doesn't want to wear a mask. So he's all pasty and white and all sick with COVID until he gets the vaccine from the E.T. glowing fingers.
Because Elliot's, he was giving life to E.T. He was sacrificing
the life out of
E.T. Laying his own
chalky little alien weirdo, man. He looked like, sometimes your dog's poop gets bleached out in the yard. That's what ET looked like right there at the end. That's what COVID did to the ET.
No, it was no COVID involved.
Big crusty white dog turd ET.
You may need to take a break.
Coming to you.
Okay.
You get what you have coming to you, ET. When you come down, start breaking people's toys and giving everybody COVID.
Wasn't he eating Reese's Pieces, by the way? That's when Reese's came out with the Reese's Pieces, too, I think.
That's the only thing that I have in common with ET.
He was eating some Reese's Pieces. Well, there you go. He was eating the Reese's Pieces.
That's not a positive. He's eating all the kids' food.
No.
That's a poor family there.
Well, I think that he was getting him.
He's a horrible drag on that society.
No, I think he used his alien intelligence to.
The whole family got arrested, man.
Oh my God! See, no, they didn't get arrested. It was under government protection.
The government got chased through the woods by agents with guns, or were they walkie-talkies? Or were they guns? Or were they walkie-talkies? I don't remember. But all I know is this little ET was nothing but trouble for that family.
Yeah, they just wanted to find out about ET. They just wanted to dismantle him. That's all. They just wanted to dissect him and see what he's all about. That's all.
He had it coming. You broke the speaking spell, man. You broke the speaking spell.
It was his only chance to get home.
Bicycle fly.
Yeah, but did the speaking spell ever work again?
And he protected it.
Listen, I jumped some sweet ramps when I was a kid.
Well,
Keon.
he didn't
I could make a
fly.
bike fly too. Okay,
Not like that. I mean,
but
that
I
was
didn't go
like
and breaking people's toys at their house.
If I'm
What
not
a horrible
mistaken,
guest.
he also didn't he heal Elliot? Didn't Elliot have a head wound or something?
Who got him sick to begin with?
No, Elliot.
Who made him fall down and hit his head?
Oh,
yeah, E.T.
Elliot.
His weirdness.
No,
I'm telling you right now, E.T.'s a son of a bitch.
No, I don't agree with that.
Big George does. He says everything Jeffrey just said about E.T. is factually true.
Mm-hmm.
Look what happened to Drew Barrymore. She's hosting a midday talk show, for God's sake.
Yeah, making bank.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's what E.T. did to people right there. That shows you right there. Ruined her career.
Okay.
We should probably take a break.
Yeah, I mean, probably a good idea. Yeah. I think your story on ET is
100% true
just
and factual.
Maybe a bit off, maybe about 2% off.
Oh, look here, man! I saw the movies.
2%.
I saw the movies. I'm 100% right.
All right, 2% off.
When we come back, we got a lot of NFL football to talk about. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
That much right there.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. If you speed, there are lots of sounds that you might hear, like the sound of your vehicle crashing, because eventually speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
The Arizona Cardinals will open up the football season on September 10th in Washington to take on the Commanders. Arizona, a 6-point underdog on the road, plus 215 on the money line, while the Commanders are minus 260. The over-under is at 40.5. The season opener will be Kansas City taking on Detroit. That'll be on Thursday night, September 7th. Kansas City, a 6.5-point home favorite, minus 310. The Lions, plus 250. Over-under at Arrowhead, 54.5. The first Monday night game will be on September 11th. Buffalo, a 1.5-point favorite over the New York Jets. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
It's our night. It's our time to go win it.
It's the return of NFL football when the Browns and the Jets meet in Canton, Ohio, Thursday, August 3rd. It's the annual Hall of Fame game. You'll hear it live as the Fanatic kicks off another season of primetime NFL games leading up to Super Bowl 58 from Las Vegas. Listen along with Westwood One for all the action. Your home for the NFL is 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and Randy, we're about ready to have the daily info sheets for the station again.
Daily info sheets.
Oh yeah, I haven't had those to fill out because not much has happened since March Madness. As far as play-by-play.
Yeah.
And now I spent the better part of the morning putting together our calendar for all the NFL that we are going to air.
Hey, how about that? How about that?
All the NFL that you can handle right here. We're going to have games in the morning, in the midday, and at night. And of course, one of the things that did happen is the Cardinals ruined everything. Cardinals did? Well, because they're I don't want to hurt your feelings, Randy, but they're not a good team this year, and nobody thinks they're going to be a good team this year,
except for me.
Whenever their games are on, we can't air a game from a better team. So we don't get to air those games, but that's okay. Most of those games are at 1 p.m. You don't have any primetime games.
We don't have any Cardinal games at all, I believe.
No, I'm just saying is when they're on, we can't have any game on.
When they're on in primetime in particular.
No, well, at any time. It's a rule. It's an NFL rule. Like say if they're on at 9:30 a.m., then we can't air any other games at the same time as they would be on. So we just get to do our normal programming then.
Yeah.
So, but it was really helpful this year that they're going to stink because that means all our primetime games are intact. Nothing is going to mess with our primetime games, but it does mean in the unenviable spot about 1 p.m., we're not going to have a whole lot of games there.
So when they surprise you and Keon and start to be good,
you think they're going to be flexing?
And they start flexing these guys into primetime games because they're going to want to see it. Then you're going to have a difficult time, aren't you?
Who wants in on this bet? You and I are going to have a bet.
I didn't throw a bet down. I just said
I'm about to.
When this happens.
I'm dramatically ready to throw the bet down.
Sorry.
Okay. Bottle of whiskey says the Cardinals do not get flexed at any time this season into prime time. They might get changed to some other time for some other team. I'm saying they will not get flexed into prime time for any reason this season. And that counts if they go to the playoffs, Randy. If the Cardinals somehow miraculously go to the playoffs, I will count that as them being flexed into prime time.
So a bottle of whiskey, what's the bottle of whiskey?
I don't know. What do you want?
Well, I don't think it should be anything, major. I think we should agree to it now.
Tin cup?
All right, tin cup it is.
I like the tin cup, and I know you do too. So, sorry, Keon, you can't be in this. Although, have we seen the schedule for your team?
Yeah, they've got one primetime game, and it's Thanksgiving against Dallas.
Yeah, I don't have any. My Colts have nothing.
Colts don't have a running back either.
You shut your mouth.
Sorry about that, buddy. Saw that this weekend.
This is what I had to wake up to this morning. I mean, I tell you what happened is I sort of out of the corner of my eye started seeing what was transpiring between Jim Irsay and Jonathan Taylor, and I was just like, I'm not opening it. I'm not reading it. I want to enjoy the rest of my weekend, but in the back of my head, I knew something stupid was happening. Oh my God!
And Jim Irsay's playing dirty pool. I mean,
see, Jim Irsay. Shut up, Jim Irsay. Yeah. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Jonathan Taylor is the best proven player you have right now on an offense. He is your best player. And instead of just being quiet, because, if he had never stepped up and said the stuff he said about, players and the contracts and their agents are not, they're not steering them right, and blah, blah, blah. Jonathan Taylor wasn't asking for nothing. He wasn't even thinking about anything. But then when all the running back stuff starts happening, he ends up in that Zoom call. Then he looks over and hears Irsay saying that, and he's like, what the hell? And then he has a conversation with Jim Irsay in person, and he's like, okay, yeah, I want to trade now, please. And whatever it is bad enough what Irsay said in public, but I want to know what Irsay said in that conversation in person, where Jonathan Taylor's like, I'm out. I'm requesting a trade, please. Give me a trade, please. How about now? I want to trade, please.
And I believe the exact words of Jonathan Taylor's agent were, you can't mend this. You can't fix what was said here. And without saying what was said, I too would like to know what was going on, what was in that in-person conversation, because they both seem to be in pretty lockstep that Jim Irsay, whatever he said, was out of line enough that there's nothing to negotiate.
So Jim Irsay says, "Oh, you want to trade?" No. Wait, what? No. First off, it was a little bit late in the game for Jonathan Taylor to be asking for this trade, but I don't blame him for wanting this trade if Jim Irsay is saying stupid crap to him in person and also out there in the public. That is some weird stuff coming from Irsay. If I die tonight, wait, what? If I die tonight and Jonathan Taylor is out of the league, no one's going to miss us. The league goes on. We know that. The National Football League rolls on. Doesn't matter who comes and who goes, and it's a privilege to be part of it. If we die tonight, were you like singing? Maybe that's what he said to him. I just died in your arms tonight. And then Jonathan Taylor's like, I'd like a trade. What is he talking about? If I die tonight, did he get some bad test results or something? Was he shrooming? What the hell is up with Jim Irsay?
I think his point is that it doesn't matter if Jim Irsay is there or if Jonathan Taylor's there. Either one of these guys could step away from the game, and it's not going to affect the game at all.
So encouraging. This, preseason, like, hey, we're going to have a great year. And Jim Irsay's like, we're all going to die. And it won't even matter that we were here.
He was trying to criticize his running back, and his existential crisis bled through. Jim, what?
You think the Cardinals are going to have the St. Louis Cardinals will have emo night? Colts are having emo season. It's all just pointless and stupid now. I'm gonna go watch some anime. The hell is wrong with him? What is his problem? Now, of course, on the basis of things, when he originally said, hey, I wasn't saying anything bad towards Jonathan Taylor. I just think a lot of these guys as agents are steering them wrong. And you know what? There might be a little something to that. Maybe there is a little something to that. But you don't have to be an agent to step back, see the landscape, and understand how the running back position is kind of getting hosed. And, and you're right, Mr. Pringle. Jonathan Taylor signed the contract. Absolutely right. And again, this is the same circumstances of achievement that we were talking about last week. I thought we had a stellar idea, which was to create, a base salary and have every contract be, incentive based. You can make your money when you're effective. Your raise is effective when you are. I love that idea. It'll never happen because it's a gamble on both sides. The player is going to get this much money, whether he does good or bad. Then the owner is going to pay a guy this much money. Doesn't matter how much better he does in the contract. So it's a two-way gamble the way they do it now. And I don't see any signs of that changing, but I think our idea was awesome.
Right now, their contract's based upon what they did most recently. What have they done for me lately? And it doesn't cover what they're going to potentially do this season. And that's why you run into some of these guys. I'm not saying Jonathan Taylor is this way at all, but you get some of these guys, they get paid, and then what happens to them? I mean, baseball players are notorious for getting a big payday, and then all of a sudden you don't see them again until it's a contract year. And I'm not saying the NFL is like this. I'm just saying that's what their contract structure is based upon. What did you do last year? Now, this year, you could sign a new contract or an extension, and you go out there and bam, all of a sudden you have some sort of, knee injury or hamstring tear or, something that's going to keep you sidelined, and you're making a bank, based upon last year's numbers, and you're not doing anything this year. Whereas if you were getting some sort of base salary and it was incentive laden, well, now you're going to get paid. You're going to get your salary, but you're just not going to get the incentives. You see what I mean? I think it's more fair
I think
to everybody involved.
I think the guys want that insurance, though. Like if you have played better than other people and you just happen to tear your ACL this year, and there's 3 more years on your deal beyond this, you're going to recover. You're going to play again. You could potentially still live up to that contract. No one's going to agree. And the players union will never agree to, I'm still stuck making a base salary that's the same as some guy I'm better than. I'm just out this year. but I've got 3 more years. I can still give you something. Like, no player is going to agree to that. And no union will anyway.
Well, in the case of Jonathan Taylor, Irsay is also trying to do him more dirty now because here's the thing about Irsay. Irsay seems like, I don't know. I mean, he's got his own mess, that is inside of his head and then sometimes up his nose or whatever he puts his stuff. And I didn't see him as a villain, but he's also a tough businessman. And when this all started happening, well, now he has instructed the Colts to kind of go scorched earth on him. So all of a sudden, where Jonathan Taylor was on the PUP list, they're like, we're thinking of putting him on the NFI list, the non-football injury list, saying, well, he suffered some type of back injury while working out in Arizona. And he said, and while still he's rehabbing from a January ankle injury. He says, these are not football issues. And it's, that is just a threat.
See,
that is
me,
just nasty. They're saying we're considering it. If they're really going to just do it, they just do it.
That's
they're
dirty
using
pool, man.
that to hold over his head.
That's dirty pool, because if the guy doesn't work out in the offseason and he comes in and he's not able to perform, he misses out on, being able to perform with the rest of the team, and he's instantly behind, and therefore he's behind on the pay thing. And then that kind of is over his head the whole year. He came to camp, wasn't ready to go. If he comes to camp ready to go, but he's rehabbing from an injury because he was keeping his body in shape and trying to stay in football shape, well, they ding him on that too. I mean, what's it going to be, man? Is it going to be you're going to ding these guys for preparing for the league? Now, I could see.
But Randy, there's more to it. Jonathan Taylor tweets out, never had back pain.
Well, yeah,
never reported back pain.
I
Not
saw
sure
that
who the
too.
sources are, but you need to find some new sources. So
see, that's ridiculous right there.
And look, if some of this stuff gets proven, it's a dangerous game Jim Irsay's playing with the players union, because there's going to be an appeal when you start to look at all of this stuff and it looks like he's just manipulating it to basically hold leverage over Jonathan Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't look like you're actually having a player's best interest at heart. And
no.
That's going to backfire. That is if he actually follows through on it.
I love my Colts, but you know what? You're not making it easy, Irsay.
Yeah.
Oh, and this doesn't make anything easier either. So, sure, you're going to try to strong arm Jonathan Taylor, and you're like, I ain't trading you. He's on the team. That ain't happening. You might as well forget that. And it's like, we hold all the cards. Excuse me, sir. One of your cards just broke his arm. What? Zach Moss, running back for the Colts, broke his arm today.
Yeah, sorry about that.
In practice, and he'll miss 6 weeks. So there goes a little more of Jim Irsay's leverage. I mean, it's funny because the torch, I believe, may have been handed to me by Keon. He has a team he loves with an owner he does not love. And I am losing patience with Jim Irsay.
He's very meddlesome, and that's the kind of owner that is kind of hard to work your way around. I think they've done a good job. The GM and the coaches trying to work around the stuff that he comes out to the media and he goes, we're going to start Anthony Richardson. Well, now hold on, we didn't actually decide that. And you don't want to just give him the job, even if you do want to start him. You want to make him fight for it. Just stuff like that you're going to have to contend with. And I don't think it's going to get any better with him.
Walter Mellon says, Big George can attest to this as a lawyer. If you weren't there to hear it firsthand, then one would say it's just Irsay.
Oh, boy.
I need a 5-minute major on that one.
Oh, boy.
We're going to skip the two.
Wow.
Against the spread says, don't take the bet, Randy. My bet is a bottle of whiskey that the Cardinals will never get flexed into prime time.
I'll take that bet.
He says you have a better chance of seeing a Bigfoot riding a unicorn down Central Avenue than the Cardinals getting flexed to prime time. A better bet would be if the Cardinals have games blacked out locally. Did they? I didn't think they did that anymore. I didn't think that was a thing. They're not.
I don't think so.
They're still not at a point where I don't think you're going to see sellout crowds. I think they'll still have.
Well, in the beginning of this season, but but as the season progresses and this team starts proving all the pundits wrong, I think you'll see a lot of people show up.
Navy Brad wants to know, hey, for the fantasy football draft, is there a location yet? Yes, there is.
There's just not a signature on a piece of paper yet, so we'll get back to you on where that's going to be later. 888-368-1580. Joe the Show says, apparently to Irsay, Taylor ain't worth the bread. Shake my head. No, he is 100% worth it. He has proven that. But where is he at in his contract? Is he 2-year? I mean, I don't mind when these guys start arguing over a contract, with another year left. But if they're doing it with 2 years left, you're kind of like, I don't know. Blissful Hayes says, I see the Colts' first and second string running backs are out due to injury. This will give them more time to bet on Colts games. Oh, shut your face. Wilbur says, how do you know that E.T. wasn't the illegitimate son of Bigfoot?
I guess you don't know.
Well, Bigfoot doesn't have a spaceship. And E.T. does.
That we know of.
Fish Tank says, I got a buddy named Elliot, and he despises the film E.T. because nobody can say his name without going, Elliot.
Oh, man. Poor guy. And Jonathan Taylor, this is the last year of his deal.
Okay.
So he will be an unrestricted free agent, quote unquote.
Here's where Jonathan Taylor went wrong. He waited a little bit later in this off season to start asking. The word on the street is he just recently started asking to talk about contract.
Yes.
I think he saw the Saquon stuff and the, Dalvin Cook. I think it was like a bunch of other stuff where it's like, on one hand, you assume, I'm going to get taken care of. Oh, they're not taking care of Dalvin Cook, 1,000 yards and he's off that team. Oh, they're not taking care of Josh Jacobs. Oh, they're not taking care of Saquon Barkley. I might want to start talking about money.
Yeah, but still, your time where you should have been talking about money is a couple months ago, man. A couple months ago. But hey, what do I know? Beer Bob says Paul Sewald. Yeah, he says we know about that, Beer Bob. We covered that at the beginning of the show. Big George says, well, Jeffrey, I think Randy will agree with me. The Cardinals are going to shock the world.
Yeah.
And they're going to be flexed to prime time.
Yeah.
You want in on this bet, George? You want to also buy me a bottle of whiskey? Let me know, George. Hook'em Hottie says, if you looked up the term meddlesome, I bet you'd see a picture of Jerry Jones. Yeah. That.
Well, Jerry's not meddlesome.
Yeah.
Jerry's the not only the owner, he's also the CEO, he's also the president, and he is the GM of the football team. He's not meddlesome. He is the front office.
Pringle says Irsay is a billionaire. He doesn't give two bleeps if Taylor doesn't play. He's making bank on the Colts while all their redneck fans buy merch, tickets, and TV.
And that's where I disagree, because I think Irsay wants to win. I think that as much as he doesn't really care about any individual player, I think if you don't do all of the things that Jim Irsay does and says, if you don't really want to win, I think he does. He just can't get out of the way.
Blissful Hayes says the moral of the story is great NFL teams don't need running backs to win games. We can talk about that when we come
disagree.
back. Well, there is a little bit of truth to that. Let's discuss it a whole lot more when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
It's the middle of summer when your AC stops working and your safe haven becomes unforgiving terrain.
Why must get to water, honey? Call someone to fix our AC unit.
I did, and they're already here.
How long was they out?
Summers in Arizona are brutal. That's why thousands of Arizonans depend on Desert Diamond Air. From 24/7 emergency service to diagnostic checkups to full replacement, Desert Diamond specializes in both residential and commercial HVAC systems with competitive pricing and experience to service and repair all major AC brands. And with federal tax credits up to $2,000, it's a great time to replace your AC system. Go to desertdiamondair.com or call 602-362-4599. That's 602-362-4599. Or search Desert Diamond Air on your mobile phone today.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Greg Clark Automotive trains certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881. And online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
The most important event in sports could happen at any time. Like right now.
Or right now.
Or even now. Don't miss history. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Monday, July 31st, last day of July. And it's going on overseas. The U.S. women's soccer team taking on the world, and you can take home bonus bets every time they win with FanDuel, because right now new customers get $100 in bonus bets guaranteed, plus another $10 in bonus bets for every USA team win. Just go to FanDuel.com/Randy1580. Sign up between now and August 3rd. Then place your $5 bet to unlock your bonus bets. That way you'll be all set on everything from total goals to player props all tournament long. You know who's playing for Team USA, you guys, or USA, you guys? It's Trinity Rodman. Remember Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman's daughter.
Yeah, she's playing for Team USA. She's BA, by the way. She's pretty damn good. So you might put a prop bet on her scoring some goals. They're in action again, I believe, tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, great promotions every day. Safe, secure app. You get paid instantly when you win. That is the FanDuel Sportsbook app. However you want to play, don't miss your chance to get $10 in bonus bets for every Team USA win, plus $100 in bonus bets guaranteed. Go to FanDuel.com right now. Use my promo code Randy1580 to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/Randy1580 and make every moment more with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. 21 or older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP 53342. Back to you, Jeffco.
Thank you, Randy. And it's weird having this dizziness. A little bit of, also, I accidentally drank some holy water with my laxative. I think I'm about to start a religious movement.
I see. You know what the
I see her hand hovering over the penalty button.
Yeah. You know what's causing your dizziness?
What's that?
You know that. You know what it is.
What's that?
It has not been 110 yet today.
Oh, so it's a change in the weather.
105 right now.
That's why I had to put on a sweater earlier.
In downtown Phoenix, 105 degrees currently.
With a lot of humidity. So that's great too, right?
It's very humid, and you know what a lot of humidity means? That means that storms could pop. Did you guys get any rain over the weekend?
Oh yeah.
I don't think we got a lot of rain out here. Of course, I was asleep and drunk, so I don't. I can't. Somebody else could tell you that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they're expecting some rain tonight, so beware if you're out there heading home. The dust storms can arise at any time. Rain clouds can show up, and thunderstorms can form pretty quickly. And right now, I see a lot of activity on the radar. A lot of activity. So be careful out there. Be careful wherever you might be traveling to or from. And remember, don't try to drive through flooded washes. Don't try to drive through those dust storms where it's blinding. Just pull off to as far as you can off the road, turn your lights off, and wait for it to pass.
Unless you're super cool. I mean, if you're super cool.
No. Remember, DPS was on the phone with it. Don't say that again, because remember what they said.
Why did I get so much trouble last time I said that? Nobody should smoke cigarettes unless they're super cool.
Yeah, see,
everybody got mad at me for that.
Yeah, that's.
Let's be honest. The guys that were super cool, we were in school. What's going on, man?
Yeah, they're dead now. Lung cancer.
Yeah, but then did they not look cool?
You know, the Surgeon General used some pretty colorful language in trying to get you not to say that again. So,
hey,
language like lawsuit, jail time.
You can't threaten jail time if I say you look cool smoking a cigarette and driving through a dust storm during a windy monsoon.
Pretty sure he could. Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You know what? Big George is our lawyer. I have no fear. Heavy Metal Maniac says the Cardinals will have at least one sellout because the Cowboys are coming to town.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, laugh it up. Laugh it up. That's okay. I'm a believer. Big George is a believer.
I believe the Cowboys are going to suck this year. That
means between me and Big George is about 11 feet of believer right there.
It's never stopped those fans, by the way.
No, it doesn't. You're right. Berg says, Jeffrey, wanted you to know that you can defend your brain tumor walk victory. There's one coming up in October. Getting all the details on that now. It's in Metro Phoenix in person.
Berg.
Well, here's the thing, Berg. I hope it's not hot that day.
Berg.
Because I'm not a fast runner in heat. I'm a faster runner when it's cold or cool
If it was a race, it would have said brain tumor cancer walk race.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why are you yelling at the guy who's been battling brain cancer?
Because clearly his hearing is affected and also his memories are lapsing because this was not a race.
So cold-blooded.
You did not win anything.
And say such things to a brain cancer fighter and survivor. How dare you, sir?
Uh-huh.
And I am going to defend my brain tumor walk victory.
Mm-mm.
I am going to defend, unless it's hot outside, then I'm just going to send you money. I'm just going to cut another check. We'll be done with it. Taco Kenny says, hey guys, happy Monday. I just saw the craziest thing right now. Saw Bigfoot riding a unicorn on Central Avenue. Can I get a shot, please?
There you go, Taco Kenny. That baby, Taco Kenny. Woo!
Yeah. Big George says, a lot of attention was drawn last week to that news conference where they announced that extraterrestrials are real. But all of us who grew up in the 80s know that E.T. visited us back then and introduced us to Reese's Pieces. See, you know what? That is factually inaccurate, Big George. It was Elliot who introduced E.T. to Reese's Pieces, and E.T. gave him space herpes. And then I'm not going to go into this again. You can rewind the podcast.
Not again.
You can rewind this and listen to what I have to say about that.
On behalf of CRC Broadcasting and the Daily Blender, I'd have to say that the comments just stated by Jeff.
I'd like to know what the Surgeon General says about space herpes.
They're not necessarily authorized by CRC Broadcasting and our subsidiaries.
You're just mad because no alien would touch you. Blissful Hayes says Jonathan Taylor or his agent shouldn't have said anything publicly without wanting more money until his contract was up at the end of this season, especially when he's currently injured. Blissful Hayes says, Pringle says, Blissful Hayes is correct. How many Super Bowls did the Patriots win with a no-name running back? How many Super Bowls have the Chiefs won with a no-name running back? Running backs are the least important position on the team, except for punters and kickers. Well, okay, now you've gone too far. That's
just
not true.
Insanely stupid. And
it's
also,
not true, but having a marquee running back, okay, name the last Super Bowl team that had them. We've had this conversation. Had the marquee running back.
I will acknowledge that having a marquee running back doesn't guarantee you a Super Bowl.
But they're good to have.
They're good to have, especially when your quarterback isn't one of the 5 best guys in the game. If you have Mahomes, running back's just not as important for you. If you have Tom Brady, running back's just not as important for you. But guess what? If your quarterback's Daniel Jones, if your quarterback is either the
My quarterback
unproven
is now Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, or the unproven Anthony Richardson who's going to have to learn on the job.
Well, he's taking a week off for a nose job. He had a nose job today.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he had a nasal procedure for a deviated septum.
Okay, well that's.
I had it done. I was out for a week. I don't know how they're thinking he's going to be back day after tomorrow. But he's now my quarterback's having a nose job.
Football returns from injuries are faster than most normal people because they rush you back. But yeah, no, if you have a quarterback that's not one of the 5 best guys, you might want the services of a really good running back. I don't buy that simply because running backs aren't the headliners on Super Bowl winning teams doesn't mean that all of a sudden they're useless. If you look at the teams that have chances to compete, they usually have a great running game if they don't have a top tier quarterback. If you got Josh Allen, you got nothing to worry about. But guess what? Most of us have Anthony Richardson and Colt McCoy and Sam Howell. So guess what? We might need to run the football.
Sam Howell running back?
Sam Howell's a quarterback.
For what team?
Okay.
Keon has just about had enough of that.
just about.
For about 6 months, I've been like pretending to not know who Sam Howell is, and it's just really on his last damn nerve. I don't care. I get a kick out of it. Pringle says, today I learned some things. A, I'm insanely stupid. B, the Keon goes on to prove my point. Running backs are meaningless in today's NFL.
See, no, stupid is for the meaningless comment. If you're saying that you don't need them to win a Super Bowl, that's not stupid. That is generally factual. If you say they're meaningless, well, now I think that's stupid. I agree. I don't say you're stupid. Your opinion is.
Yeah, he didn't say meaningless. He said running backs are the least important position on the team, which I'm going to say that's dumb as crap. I'll call you.
Yeah, that's next to meaningless.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about a skill position group. We're not talking about punter or kicker. And you're saying less important than right guard, less important than.
So why do you think it is? Now, I'm agreeing with you. Having a good running back, having a good running game is important, even for a Super Bowl winning team. And somebody's running. If it ain't Patrick Mahomes, then it needs to be a running back. And a lot of times that running back, even if it's not Patrick Mahomes, sets up the pass, or the pass sets up the run. They work together, yada, yada, yada. But why do you think it is? Take a step back. Why do you think it is the Super Bowl winning team? Now, I'm not saying the team that won a bunch of games in the regular season or the team that kind of did pretty good in the playoffs and then went away. Why is it the Super Bowl winning teams don't, and I'm saying hardly ever, and maybe in 30 years, we've maybe one or two have these marquee running backs? What is, if the special sauce is the quarterback, then
the league has become a passing league. We're already aware of that. We can all agree on that, correct?
It's always been.
But no, it hasn't always been.
How far back do you want to go before you find a marquee running back as a star player in a Super Bowl game? I'm not saying that there haven't been a lot of teams that do a lot of running and have success. We're talking the Super Bowl.
I mean, the '80s featured some of the greatest running backs of all time.
And some of them never even saw the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm talking about Super Bowl teams of the '80s.
Sanders.
Well, that's one. But what about Sweetness? He played in the Super Bowl, did he not? What about Jerome Bettis? He played in the Super Bowl or two, did he not? Those are just two. Sweetness, yeah, he did with the Chicago Bears.
But Jerome Bettis didn't.
Jerome Bettis won the Super Bowl, I believe.
That was a different running back.
Jerome Bettis absolutely did. He was with Ben Roethlisberger, that first Super Bowl that Steelers
I was thinking of the Cardinals. I was thinking of the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't say 90s. I said 80s. Towards the end of the 80s. You have
to go back 35 years to start finding a group of running backs. So it's been 30 to 35 years.
What about in the
since
90s?
A running back has been an important part.
What about in the 90s? What about in the 90s, though? I mean,
we got Marshawn Lynch, Jiggy. I'll give you that. But I'm saying, out of the last 30 years, give me the count of marquee running backs that
he won 3 Super Bowls in the 90s. He played for the Dallas Cowboys. Emmitt Smith was pretty damn good running back. And I would say that Cowboys don't get the damn Super Bowl in the 90s without Emmitt Smith.
I am not saying that running backs are the most important position on its team.
No, of course not.
I'm saying if you have a stellar quarterback in our modern passing game, that allows you to cheat code your way past running back. But
Look,
if you're a middling team that wants to make the playoffs, I don't see how you do it.
Who was the running back for the Broncos when they won their last Super Bowl?
Was it not Terrell Davis?
Nope. Remember Peyton Manning? Just saying.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Greg Clark Automotive trained certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881. And online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Greg Clark Automotive trained certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881. And online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K256 Phoenix
at 99.3 FM. And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime. When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And yes, Baker's Cocky Hens. I 100% agree with you. Running backs do matter. I do believe they do matter. I'm not saying that they don't, but the proof is in the final pudding, which is the Super Bowl. And yes, there have been some marquee running backs over the last 30 years that have assisted teams in winning Super Bowls, but statistically, not that many.
It has been a smaller number than you would even imagine. It's a surprising thing. And listen, my favorite position, because I played it, was running back. But,
I get that. But the teams that have won, it's not that the running back is not important. It's that the quarterback position is that much more important. So we're talking about last Super Bowl winner, the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Super Bowl before that, the Rams, Matthew Stafford playing at a high level. Super Bowl before that, Tom Brady. Okay. Super Bowl before that, Patrick Mahomes again. Super Bowl before that,
isn't it curious?
Patriots, Tom Brady. We're talking about
curious though that they didn't. I mean, I see what you're saying. The quarterback overshadowed the need for a star quarterback, thus making the point. You're making the point.
I'm not making the point. The point is that people are saying that running backs just don't matter, when it's like, no, you have one of like the 5 best guys in the league. You have a chance to win a Super Bowl.
But you got to get your head right, and you need to get your head right now, because things are changing for you, Keon. Let me tell you how you want to get your head right. Your team is about to become better. You're going to start to be looking at having championships again, and not just good seasons. You have put your hopes and dreams on, golly, I just hope we have at least a decent season. Hey, we broke 500. You got to get rid of that stinking thinking, and you got to start thinking about Super Bowls being the goal. And if Super Bowls are being the goal, how do you want to get there? If you look back and you see running backs haven't been that big of an impact, not as big as an impact as, say, wide receivers and quarterbacks, then where do you want your commandos focus to be, Keon?
See, I thought before Keon answers that, a very astute question, by the way.
He's writing that down because I just told him he needs to get his life straight.
Well, you got to get it head on straight. Yeah. I think the question that was asked was, how many teams win the Super Bowl with an elite quarterback? And I would say not many. There have not been elite, running backs. There have not been elite running backs. And I think we're mistaking the question that teams need to have elite running backs in order to win a Super Bowl. No, they don't. They have to have a running game. Yes.
Sure.
Definitely have to have a running game. You have to have an effective running game. But as far as a superstar running back, I would agree with whoever that texter was with that great. The question is, how many teams over the last 30 years have won a Super Bowl with an elite running back?
And Keon, doesn't that make you feel good now that I've kind of phrased the conversation that way, where you've got to let go of that thinking of we're just trying to have a good season or a winning season or just make the playoffs. Well, you've got to be looking at the mountaintop, man. You've got a good owner now, and you've got good people involved. And that is your goal, not just, hey, pretty good season. That's got to make you feel good to know that that's in your reach now.
Yeah. And to me, that's not my concern, because I'm just talking about at large, the position group. And the fact of the matter is, there are 5 guys that will get you a Super Bowl. If you just look at the last 10 of them, okay? There are 5 guys, and then like Nick Foles for some reason, that are going to get you a Super Bowl. Okay? If you don't have one of those 5 guys, it doesn't matter what else is on your roster. So if you want to make the playoffs and give yourself even a chance, your next best bet is to build a roster around a decent quarterback, which would include a running game. If you look at the playoffs last year and you look at 49ers, Brock Purdy, he's a rookie. He comes in. Who's the running back? It's Christian McCaffrey. You look at the Seahawks last year, Geno Smith, good year, but you wouldn't say Geno was one of the 5 best guys in the league. Kenneth Walker was the running back. He was amazing. You look at the Vikings and Kirk Cousins. Dalvin Cook was the running back. And yeah, Kirk played really well too, but they had a stellar running back. Giants, Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, Tony Pollard played really great football. Like, if you're not one of the teams that can win a Super Bowl, if you want to make it to the playoffs, having a running back does actually matter.
Yeah, but there's more. You've got to be thinking more.
Yeah, but
you can't just sit there and
you
think,
have to build.
We're going to do this. You got to be thinking, I need the complete formula to win. The Reaper says, I read online that there's a petition going around DC about changing the name back to the Redskins. Well, I'm sure there's a petition, but I would doubt that they would do that.
It is not happening, but yeah.
Blissful Hayes says Keon must accept the fact the NFL isn't going to overpay for running backs. Minimum wage running backs can do the job almost as well. Ooh, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either. Now guys on a rookie deal, like that's the thing, is you can get a great running back on a rookie deal, use him up as a rookie, and then chew him up and spit him out later when he's not as useful to you. That's a thing that happens. But like even these running teams where they have the running back by committee, it's not because those guys all are middling guys that stink. They're just all specialists.
And keep in mind, I am on Jonathan Taylor's side. I am on Saquon Barkley's side, 100%. But the question is, how important is that position to winning a Super Bowl? Not to having a good season, having a good team. And listen, have a great plan.
You have to do those things before you win a Super Bowl. You have to have a good team and a good season. You have to be a playoff team, and you have to be contending if you want to attract free agents who don't want to go and waste the last years of their career playing for a team that's not going anywhere. Like you do need that. And at a certain point, when you can get the quarterback that gets you over the top, when you can get yourself a Mahomes, then you worry about running back a whole lot less, and you don't pay those guys. But if you're not one of those teams, what are you doing?
Well, Irsay, I think, heard the news that Anthony Richardson kind of flicks his wrist and there goes the ball 60 yards, according to Josh Downs, who's very impressed with Anthony Richardson. But yeah, Keon made a good point of this last week. It's you're practicing against oxygen. There is nobody covering Josh Downs when Anthony Richardson flicks his wrist and the ball goes 60 yards.
It's impressive, though. I mean,
yeah, it looks cool, but let's see how that goes in the game. I send some interceptions. And listen, that's my team. I want them to do well. But if Irsay is drinking that Kool-Aid, then I'm going to have a rough season. Rectinator says, hey, Jeffrey, don't let OJ hear you talking this way about running backs. He'll kill you. That's true. Fish Tank says, I'm sorry, Keon, but let's name the best running backs in football. Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, Bradley Chubb, Josh Jacobs, Dalvin Cook. Anybody missing? That's pretty good list.
No, that's a pretty good list. Pretty good list.
Number of rings combined. 0.
Okay. In a team sport, that I don't know what that tells me. 1, 2, who are the quarterbacks that play for those teams? If you don't address that as a fact, then telling me that the running backs haven't won a Super Bowl doesn't give me any information. You need to tell me who the quarterback is. Elite quarterbacks win Super Bowls, not teams with no running game, not teams that, prioritize defense. Or if you have an elite quarterback, you win. If you don't have one, you don't. That's it. We're not talking about how good or important the running back is. Those teams that you mentioned, or those running backs that you mentioned, their teams have a much harder time making it to the playoffs. Okay, if they don't have those running backs. That's just a fact.
You know what? It was really the worst part of today is there's one person who would 100% be on my side and be able to more eloquently convince you, Keon, that I'm right. But it was Pee Wee Herman, and he's dead.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman died today. I don't know if you can know that or not. He passed away. He had the brain cancer. Pink Eye says, rest in peace, Pee Wee. Do you even know who Pee Wee was, Keon? Pee Wee Herman.
I mean, the name sounds familiar. I don't recall.
Just Google Pee Wee Herman, and it should become immediately. Yeah. Kiss the Cook says, I'm having my own personal salute to Pee Wee Herman on my way to a movie theater right now. Keon won't get that one. Do you get that one, Randy?
Yeah.
Okay. 888-3C. No, yes, Paul Rubin was Pee Wee Herman's real name. That's true. He was 70 years old. Fish Tank says, I missed Eckler. Eckler has no rings either. Raven Kid says, can we cite the 2018 Rams as a team that's offense was built around running the ball? No, they didn't win, but they made it to the game. So, but the point is, who won the game? That was the point that was made.
The team with Tom Brady.
Okay. Baker's Cocky Hen says Baker Mayfield made the playoffs with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt behind him.
And if you take those away from Baker Mayfield, you're making the playoffs
and enjoy the playoffs. And then,
but that's what I'm saying. If you don't have not paying those guys doesn't give you hold on.
It's a balance.
It's not a balance. It's quarterback or bust. If you're not paying those guys and not having a running game doesn't make you have Patrick Mahomes, doesn't make you have Tom Brady in his prime, doesn't make you have Manning.
So remember the Broncos when Peyton Manning was helped them win the Super Bowl there? And he was not playing at a high level. He was game managing at a high level, but he wasn't playing at a high level. And who was the running backs for him at that point? Nobody.
It wasn't anybody huge.
So you can't. I guess nothing that we are saying is 100%.
No, my point, because people keep seeing, I feel like I'm talking and people are telling me that I'm trying to make the running back the most important position. And I am not saying that.
No, I don't think anybody says that.
Okay, but it just seems like what I'm arguing against is, count the rings that the running backs have. And I'm saying it's a team game. And if you're lacking the most important position, running back is one of those other position groups you're going to need to be good at, or you're not going to the postseason.
I think what a lot of people are saying is good enough. You don't have to be elite running back. You have running back by committee. You have a couple of running backs that are pretty good, but not elite. So they're saying, it's not necessary to have
good enough
elite running backs to get that Super Bowl ring. You just have to have, like you say, a really damn good quarterback.
Good enough doesn't get you in the playoff conversation every year. And regardless of what, your ultimate goal is, which is winning a Super Bowl, your owner doesn't want to see you miss the playoffs every year for 5 years in a row. Your coaching staff will not make it. So you have to stick around long enough to find the quarterback that gets you there. A running back helps. I watched Derrick Henry, elite running back, drag a Tennessee Titans team kicking and screaming to a postseason they didn't deserve. Marcus Mariota was the quarterback, and they couldn't throw the ball. Their defense wasn't that great, and they still got there because they had a dude who could take them. No, he can't win you a Super Bowl. But not paying Derrick Henry and not having Derrick Henry doesn't all of a sudden make you have a top 5 guy at the quarterback position. So better to have him than not.
I ain't saying don't pay the guy. I say you pay everybody what they're worth. And I think running backs are getting super hosed, and the whole structure is not really fair to them considering what they give up of their body in that first 4 years of a rookie contract. Listen, if there's any group of players that should have the right to negotiate a contract early, it's a running back, because they don't have time to be messing around.
Yeah,
I get that.
But part of it is this mindset that they're swappable pieces. And that's the reason why it's easy to just let them get hosed. They're just interchangeable parts. Saquon Barkley was not an interchangeable part last year. He's not on the team. The Giants don't make the playoffs, period. That's just what happens. They were on the bubble the entire year. And the dude that was taking 80% of their snaps was one of the reasons why. You have to have that dude if the offense doesn't have everything else that it needs.
Boomer Sooner says, good day, everyone in Blender Nation. A little cooler today. Still need a beer, please. Oh, yeah, you just got a shiver. Miss Pringle says, without looking, name 2 starting running backs in last year's Super Bowl.
Well, then Isaiah Pacheco starts for the Chiefs.
Right.
And then
who's the guy for Jalen Hurts?
I mean, he's the quarterback, but he's also the running back. Yeah.
That was my point.
Yeah.
Pro Dog says Marshawn Lynch. Yes, we've already covered that, Pro Dog. Thank you.
And if they'd given the ball to that elite running back, he'd be the running back we're talking about right now.
That's true. Beer Bob says Emmitt Smith might be the last real marquee running back to win a Super Bowl. Jiggy says Marcus Allen of the Raiders. Straight Striper says Terrell Davis was a high-performing Super Bowl running back. But you guys see how far back you had to go to get those names?
And I named a bunch of teams last year that they all had elite running backs and they all made the playoffs. You know what was interesting about that list of teams? It was all NFC teams, because all the best quarterbacks are in the AFC. You got to have a running back if the quarterback's not available to you, man. You have to. You don't have a choice.
Justin says, hey, guys, haven't texted in for a while. Well, good to have you texting in, Justin. And yes, we're working on it. Against the Spread says Jamel Lewis was the offense for the 2000 Ravens. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, no, he was awesome. Complete beast. I mean, that that running game defense combo is scary.
Silly Wabbit says, "Hey guys, now you can add tequila to your what? I have no idea what you're talking about, Silly Wabbit." Mr. Pink Eye said, "Give him a tequila, Randy." Pink Eye says, I think what hurt running backs is the running quarterback. See, now you're onto something there. If the Seahawks handed the ball to Lynch, they would have 2 Super Bowls. But that is an interesting thing that you've got running quarterbacks. The option is instant instead of figured out by play, because you got a quarterback's going to run for it or he's going to pass for it. It's an interesting thought process that the running quarterback might have diminished the position of running back.
Yeah, and I can see that. I mean, if you want to talk about the teams where the quarterback or where the running back feels the most interchangeable, look at the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson, or the Bills with Josh Allen, or guys, those guys that are mobile and get outside the pocket can really kill you if you don't contain them.
Blissful Hayes says Keon can't accept that he's wrong about this issue. Of course he can. He doesn't think he's wrong. So I don't expect him to accept that he's wrong. I don't accept that I'm wrong unless somebody shows me I'm wrong. And
yeah, it's just I think it is wrong to say you need a running back to win a Super Bowl. I never said that. I think that there are teams that an elite running back absolutely helps you because you don't have all the other pieces you need.
I'm the guy who came in and made the argument of how few teams that have won Super Bowls have had marquee running backs. So
and that's the reason
we
why
can both be right, but he is saying that my making that point doesn't unmake his point.
Yeah, I think that the better question of who is more likely to win a Super Bowl isn't whether or not they have an elite running back. It's whether or not they have an elite quarterback.
Sound like Key and I, we've had an argument. Then we've had to turn to the kids who are crying, sitting by the Christmas tree. And we're like, you have to understand why mommy and daddy are fighting. So he thought that I thought that, but it's okay. Why are you? Stop crying. You're ruining Christmas. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just, maybe I shouldn't have had so much to drink this morning, but your stupid bike was not easy to put together. We should take a break. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Staples has big savings on everything you need for back to school or stocking up the office. Save on signs, banners, and posters from Staples Print and Marketing Services. Save on everything you need for travel, like luggage, tech, and travel-size personal items. Plus, save on all your school essentials, from notebooks to markers. Now at Staples, you can save even more with $25 back in rewards on your in-store purchase of $75 or more. Get everything for the office and the classroom for less at Staples. Ends 8/5. Redeemable in-store only. Rewards members only.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
There's a storm coming, crackling with lightning, pounding with thunder. A storm that crosses all borders and oceans. This is the NFL. Coming this fall, experience all the regular season games, playoffs, and the ultimate prize. Super Bowl 58, live from Las Vegas. The NFL returns to 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 58.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, and we have a new texter on the text line, and they've already chosen their new texter name. Pablo Cruz says, who are Pee Wee Herman's favorite baseball teams? The Expos and the Yanks. Do we give a brand new texter a 2-minute warning?
I think he gave him just like a verbal warning first.
A verbal warning. That's a warning. You're not going to get the whistle. You're not going to be put in the penalty box for that. Without I think they've been listening long enough to understand that's what
can happen. Yeah. No.
Berg says, also breaking news: Yankees are losing 2-0 at top of the first. Last place, New York Yankees. All right. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much.
Also, more breaking news: A.J. Pollock to the San Francisco Giants.
How about that? Dodgers are trading with the Giants? Wow.
Yeah, that's incestuous, isn't it?
Who'd the Dodgers get? I'd like to know.
I'm trying to bring that up right now. I'm sure Keon's having my internet slowed down on me a little bit there. So we'll get the details for you that very soon. Hefty Lefty talking about the running back conversation says the same argument was made last decade about top 10 paid receivers on Super Bowl teams. I don't know how you could make that conversation about receivers. Maybe
so. Well, it's just that the top paid guys weren't winning Super Bowls necessarily, because a lot of people thought you'd rather have a group of solid wide receivers than one great wide receiver and then a bunch of other guys.
Mm-hmm. Pringle says, didn't the Eagles quarterback die last week? What are you talking about?
What?
What?
No, as far as I know, Jalen Hurts is alive and well.
Are you talking about like an elderly fellow? Maybe. I don't know what you're talking about. Straight
Giants,
striper.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, Giants get A.J. Pollock from the Mariners. I didn't know A.J. was with the Mariners, but yeah, the Giants get A.J. Pollock and infield Mark Mathias along with cash from the Mariners for a player and or cash considerations to be named later.
All righty then. Straight Striper says you got to stop calling Broncos running backs from the Broncos Super Bowl 50 nobody. C.J. Anderson was a beast, and unfortunately, Ronnie Hillman died at 31 from cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
That's
know
true.
that.
C.J. Anderson. I couldn't remember his
They were okay. They're pretty good. I don't think I'd say beast on C.J. Anderson. Pretty good. Would you say beast?
I'm going to see that season. What did he play like that year? You know?
Yeah. Hamilton Porter says Barry Sanders, Super Bowl MVP. Oh, wait. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. Big George says, very sad to hear Angus Cloud, famous from Euphoria, has died at his family's home in Oakland, California from possible overdose. He was 25. What team did he play for?
An HBO.
Isn't it like a porn show or something?
I don't think it is a porn show. But to be fair, I don't know exactly what it's about.
I heard it's just a whole lot of nakedness, you know. I guess when they stopped making the Game of Thrones with the boobs and dragons, that was the boobs and dragons show. And when they stopped making that, they had to have some show to show you some boobs on. And so then I think it became that show. I think I'm right. I mean, I've never watched those shows. So Fish Tank says, yeah, the Mariners. Pollock plays for the Mariners. Or not anymore, I guess. Yeah. 888-368-1580. So
CJ Anderson was good. Was real good.
Would you give him beast status?
I wouldn't say beast status.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, let's talk about the Cardinals. Go ahead.
Well, I don't want you to get grumpy with me about it. I know you always get grumpy when we talk about the Cardinals.
Who said grumpy? I said, let's go.
All right.
Let's talk about it.
So Jonathan Gannon, they're saying that he has brought culture shock to Arizona.
Yes.
And so I wasn't sure what the culture shock was until I started reading this newspaper article by a guy we had on the show once, and he was very grumpy. Anyway, so they're saying that it's a culture shock. Because he's like, you can't be 30 seconds late to a meeting. You need to be better at taking care of your stuff without being guided. We're grown men doing this thing, small things like that. Even if small things, you can't get away from it. And they're like, yeah, it's a culture shock. Those things are culture shock for the Arizona Cardinals? What the actual bleep?
Well, I mean, I guess Cliff, he's handing out orange slices and treating these guys like kids. And Jonathan Gannon is treating these guys like men.
Like older kids. The bare minimum is expecting somebody to be on time.
Well,
on time.
The thing is, for him, it's kind of a no tolerance thing for that. You show up on time, and I know it sounds like the bare minimum, but when you have a group of guys who weren't in that kind of thing, because he's not saying he's trying to culture shock them, players are saying it's culture shock because that wasn't what was happening here, and you can't play winning football like that.
It ain't even been a gradual shift. It's a shock. It's get ready and get going. That wasn't what it was before.
Look, either do your job, do your job and do it well, or get the hell out of here.
I mean,
I love it.
If you watched any of that in-season Hard Knocks, it's like the Cardinals had control over what went out, and it still didn't make them look good. You know, it was still like, oh no, this is not how you should be running a team. There were little details like that. Yeah, you miss those things. How can I expect you to be paying attention to all the little details when you can't even show up to the meeting on time? You know, it's.
That is a stunning thing. I mean, I knew that Cliff was a bad coach, but I had no idea he was that kind of guy.
Why is that stunning?
Basic thought processes are a culture shock.
Wow. Oh, come on.
By the way, Randy, the Cardinals have signed linebacker David Nhinhine.
Well, at last check, we only have 45 linebackers, so we need some more. Yeah.
How do you pronounce that?
I don't have any idea. And I don't know that I even care at this point.
Yeah. I don't have Anenih.
I think it's a Nenny.
A ninny. Good.
I
I love having a linebacker called a ninny.
I don't think it's a ninny. I think it's a nana. Manamana.
Right.
Wow.
Manamana.
Yeah, it's ananana.
Okay.
That's what it is.
All right.
Well, thank God you still have Buda Baker, though.
Thank God.
Yeah, he's all in now. He's all in, he says. He's all in. He got paid. He got his money. He's like, I'm all in. Love Arizona. Love Arizona fans. I'm all in. I got tunnel vision. Bam. I didn't even care about what the agent was working on. Oh, you lying sack of crap. You are so the only reason you're in a good mood is because you just got paid. Don't say you had tunnel vision, letting your agent work. That ain't right. No. We all knew you were mad. You wouldn't have been mad about it. I mean, come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, he just wanted his money guaranteed. I don't
blame him, but don't lie to me and say, oh, I wasn't even thinking about it. Crap.
I don't know. I don't think it was something that he was constantly thinking of. That's what you pay your agent to do, I presume. I've never had one, so.
Yeah, well, Buda Baker is all in, Randy. He's all in.
Well, that's good. He's the captain of our defense, so good. Glad to have it.
He's going to need to have tunnel-like focus to deal with 37 linebackers. You're right.
Well, at least 37, probably 45 now. Yeah.
You ever seen a quail with the baby quail, and they're running across the street, and they got all these little baby quails running after them, and they're trying to keep them all together? That's Buda Baker now.
Yeah.
That's Buda Baker. Oh, they're so cute. Have you seen little quail babies? You ever seen quail babies?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Keon, have you ever seen quail babies?
No, I have not. No.
They're like big
babies,
quail, but they're small.
They were running across my front yard as I was pulling out. I was like, oh, my God, I hope I was like worried that I was monster trucking them. And luckily they were over by a tree, and I saw them all running. I was just about lost my mind. I went from like move my truck. Oh my God, look at all the quails. They're so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so adorable.
Yeah,
it's like worse
here.
than I am with puppies.
Yeah.
That's wow.
Yeah. Quail are adorable. And later on, tasty. 888-368-1580. Hamilton Porter says the culture shock is it's a new height chart outside the locker room that says you must be this tall to enter without a chaperone.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
I thought it was funny. Random Texture says, hey, are you going to talk about the other hour and 30 minutes left of the show? You? Well, yeah. We're going to talk for an hour and a half. What is he saying? Are you going to talk about the other hour and a half left of the show?
This person may or may not have left something out of their text.
Random texter.
You accidentally a word.
Well, that was pretty random.
Also says, yeah, let's talk about the Cardinals. Should take about a wee minute. That was random texter doing a short joke.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Hefty Lefty says, as far as quail go, I prefer them when they're still in the egg. Fair enough.
Quail eggs are a delicacy. Yeah.
Never had them. But you see, Keon, you have to understand, they don't make them like regular eggs. They're like developed, and then you eat them out of the egg. Isn't that right, Randy? Is that how they eat them? Like a formed.
Never heard of that.
Maybe that was Indiana Jones. Never mind. Buda Baker says, Justin, and new culture still won't get wins.
especially against the Bang Bang Niner gang.
Okay. All right.
So we went to dinner on Saturday with my wife's niece and her boyfriend.
Are they Niner fans too?
I don't know about they, but he was wearing a Niner sweatshirt.
Nice. Okay.
Which is fine to attire. But I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh God, we better not talk football. Because every Niner fan that's ever talked football on the text line, in this conversation, Justin and I can go around, and have some fun here on the text line, and he'll brag about the Niners, and we'll find him insufferable, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
But if you're in a social situation, you don't want to talk football at all with a Niner fan, because you want to be polite, you want to be gracious and nice.
Yeah,
that's not easy to do with a Niner fan. That is not easy to do.
Especially when it's 118 and they're wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah, that struck me as odd.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he got to have a black truck. So,
well, there you go.
This guy likes it hot. Anyway, so a nice guy. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the guy.
No.
Saw his shirt said San Francisco 49ers. Never said a word about it. Never said a word.
That's fair.
That was
how sweaty was he?
He wasn't sweaty at all. That's
really
what's psychotic about it. 49er fans are just psychotic.
Must have been on crack then.
Yeah.
Thinking.
Think?
Must have been. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Trying to remember.
Are you less sweaty?
Most
crack?
of them are on crack.
You know how I think I know why he was on crack. He asked for his steak medium. I think that's a telltale sign, right?
Well, I asked for my steak medium. I mean,
well, you have medical reasons.
Well, yeah.
All right. So where were we here? Blissful Hayes says, "How is little man doing? Watching everybody practice there. Any word on when he's going to return from the injury?" Well, he says, "I feel that when that time comes, I'll know."
That is how that works usually.
Kind of like the idea of a doctor saying, "Hey, you look good to go," and maybe working with some professionals and easing into maybe some PT, and then finally being ready to go out on the field. Not just you having a epiphany.
Yeah, very philosophical. Yeah.
But Keon's right. Nobody knows your body better than you do.
Right.
It's just usually how that works. When you feel like you're ready to go and the doctors clear you, then you will know. That I just feel like he just said a very obvious thing. He's going to be the first person to know. Who else would know?
He will know when it's time.
The first time I jumped, I was hesitant, but we were preparing the body, preparing the mind to be able to do these things. I do think the first time I'm out there, maybe I might well be hesitant, but with the reps, the confidence will grow. He's talking all fancy and like,
I feel like I need some sort of new age music behind this.
He's like trying to, you know what it is? I'm not kidding you. He is a big Bruce Lee fan. And if you read that with Bruce Lee in mind, the first time I jumped, I was hesitant, but we are preparing the body, preparing the mind to be able to do these things.
Biwata.
I do think the first time I'm out there, maybe I might be hesitant, but with the reps, the confidence will grow.
And when you could take the pebble from my hand, it will be time for you to leave.
And as Confucius say, player gotta play. A silly rabbit says, that's true. Kyler Murray does have a lot of room to grow. Oh, dun, 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 dun. Thunder Snow says, actually, Jeffrey, if you're soulless, you don't sweat.
That's true.
Well, who doesn't have a soul?
Niner fans.
Oh, okay. Hefty Lefty says, that's called a balut. Egg. When the egg is fertilized and you eat the unborn chick or duck, those are in fact considered delicacy in certain parts of the world. I'll barf if I see anybody eat that.
Yeah.
I saw that on TV once. That is gross.
It is. Yeah. There's. If you ever have a date, order that. Just say, I'll be right back, and then just get in the car, drive away, leave.
Just
it there.
leave.
Don't even come back. Don't even look back.
That is the reddest of flags.
Oof. Yeah. And when you get home, pack a bag, move away.
Yeah.
Just leave all your stuff behind. Maybe even loved ones. Just
Yeah. No. As the great Randy Jackson once said, that's going to be a no for me, dog. I'm out. Mm-mm.
That's a no for me, dog.
I'm all pack a bag, leave it all behind. Summed up by Randy Jackson. That's a no for me, dog. Yeah. Stray Striper says quail eggs are delicious. You were referring to balut. Yes, that's right. We just worked that out.
Sounds Canadian to me.
He says, I'll bring some by the studio if you want to try.
No, thank you.
Hell no.
Oot and balut.
No. The balut is oot. No, we ain't doing that nasty bleep. Whistling Gerbil says Broncos wide receivers have the worst luck. Yeah, I know. I saw that. That's your Tim Patrick, the wide receiver. Is that right?
No, that was KJ Hamler.
Hold on here. I got to hear. I got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, Tim Patrick, wide receiver, torn Achilles.
I didn't even hear about that one.
Yeah, the Broncos are having a bad camp. Can I just give some advice? Yeah, Sean Payton's over there talking about how bad a coach Hackett is, but I bet Hackett said, "Hey guys, maybe we should stretch."
Well, tearing your ACL isn't about stretching, though. It's just, I don't know. If
it's going to go, it's going to go.
Do you have proof that they stretched?
I mean, I don't have.
Do you have proof they stretched?
But also,
if you don't have proof they stretched.
KJ Hamler had a heart condition. I don't know that stretching was going to help that one either.
Did he stretch?
I'm sure he did.
Do you know if he stretched?
I mean, I wasn't
there.
You
have proof he stretched?
I cannot prove
that. You have proof that not stretching is not detrimental to a heart condition? Do you have a heart condition?
Well, I don't know
that.
Can
you prove that stretching wouldn't help the heart condition?
I don't think there's any correlation there. I mean, I can't prove it. I don't know. I feel like I'm being interrogated on this matter, and I don't know how to respond.
Your voice has to go up. You're like, can you prove that I am not a reindeer? What are you talking about? You're still on the defensive, but you're like, but this makes no sense.
Yeah, no, it's just, that's a nonsense question. How does this work?
Random texter says, Jeffrey, my full text was as follows. Yeah, let's talk about the Cardinals. That should take about a wee minute. Then what are you going to talk about the other half an hour, hour and a half of the show you have left? Yeah, if only it had come out that way in your first attempt.
I think your phone sent the second part first.
Yeah,
and ruined your flow a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Rectinator says, Jeffrey, all this talk about running backs. What about the kicker? Okay. End of game scenario, field goal to win the Super Bowl. Who's kicking? Quarterback? The running back? The coach? No, it's the punk ass kicker. Okay. I can't argue with you on this one,
but I think we can all agree because kickers don't seem to complain either. They get paid fairly enough.
I have never heard a kicker like I am holding out. The kickers are just happy to let in the building.
Because, I mean, if you want to know about a job that's replaceable, if the next guy comes in and does your job just as good as you are just out of a job now if you hold out.
Yeah. Some of these kickers are hourly. Don't even on the kickers there, Rectinator. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we got a bunch more football. Well, probably not Colts. Probably not Cardinals. I don't think there's anything going on with the Commandos. No, I'm right. Yeah, there's nothing going on. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
Would you like to access some of the equity in your home without refinancing? No reason to refinance and lose that great low rate that you have on your current mortgage. Desert Equity Lending can get you the home equity line of credit you've been looking for. It's fast, it's easy, and it may not even require tax returns. That's right. We can use bank statements to qualify you. Most banks require at least 2 years of tax returns and many other supporting documents. When the big banks say no, we say yes. You can have your home equity line in as little as 15 days. We have a simplified process that helps get you a home equity line of credit in half the time using half the documentation that the big banks require. It's never been easier. Call now, 602-509-3000. That's 602-509-3000. Find out just how easy it is to get a home equity line of credit without jumping through all the hoops at a big bank. Call Desert Equity Lending at 602-509-3000. 602-509-3000. Desert Equity Lending MV 0906989 NMLS number NMLS 1733369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
Greg Clark Automotive trained certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881. And online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Download the Fanatic app. News, scores, social media updates, and more on your smartphone, on your tablet. The free Fanatic app, available at the Google Play Store or the App Store, and at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's a daily blender of 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic and the U.S. women's soccer team taking on the world. And you can take home bonus bets every time they win with FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $100 back in bonus bets guaranteed, plus another $10 in bonus bets for every Team USA win. Just go to FanDuel.com, use my promo code Randy1580. That's FanDuel.com/Randy1580 and sign up between now.
Hey.
Yeah.
You said I was the one that got to use the promo code Randy1580.
You can, and Keon can. Yeah.
Hey, I thought I was special. Like you're like, hey.
Oh, no, you
use
you
my
are.
promo code Randy1580. Like
Yeah.
I thought I was like special on that.
Oh,
And
you
you're
are.
just letting
No.
everybody use it?
Yeah, well, not that you know of, but yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, come on. Okay, well, okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair. Everybody should get to use Randy1580 since it is
Well,
the best promo code ever.
I am a giver. Just again, FanDuel.com/Randy1580. Sign up between now and August 3rd. Place your $5 bet to unlock your bonus bets. That way you'll be able to set on to bet on everything from total goals to player props, even long shots. Maybe women's USA team is not who you're looking at. Maybe you're watching a long shot. You can throw some money down on that all tournament long. However you want to play, don't miss your chance to get $10 in bonus bets for every Team USA win, plus $100 in bonus bets guaranteed. Again, go to FanDuel.com/Randy1580 to sign up today and make every moment more with FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. 21 or older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only, $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Back to you, Jeff Cope.
Thank you, Randy. George says, hope Team USA women win tonight. Are they playing? If they lose tonight to Portugal, they'll be knocked out of the World Cup.
Yeah, they have to win or draw, and I think they're 10-0 against Portugal. Last I checked.
So they have like drafting tables set up, or is it like picnic tables? Where do they do the drawing? Do they like crayons?
No, draw just means tie.
Yeah, tie.
Why did you say tie?
Because it's soccer.
That's what the soccer people say. They play on a pitch, you know. instead of a field. That's another thing they say.
Blissful Hayes, he thinks I'm special.
You
He
are
says,
special.
Jeffrey, you are short bus special. Thank you, man. Mrs. Pringle says, Randy, is it true that the Colts are using your promo code? What the
Yes.
hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, I believe so. Mhm.
Oh my.
All right, so we're talking NFL things. I want to just take a moment here and talk future NFL things. Jim Harbaugh predicts in the future, meaning the 2024 NFL draft, he predicts that Michigan will have a record 20 players picked.
Well, I mean, I think he's been visiting with Jim Irsay.
Got a little mushroom on the pizza.
Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, he probably had dinner with Jim Irsay. I thought the mushrooms were
And they've got an awesome team.
edible.
Do they have a 20 guys getting drafted, Dean?
Well, they've got a lot of great players on Michigan. But,
They've got a lot of great players.
The
I don't see
record
20 guys.
is 17 set by your school, Texas, in a 12-round draft in 1984. 17 from Texas back in 1984.
It's not happening.
Georgia had 15 players drafted in 2022, most ever for a 7-round draft.
Yeah, this Michigan team isn't deeper than that Georgia team. There's no way.
Now, if Michigan had stomped everybody in the playoff last season and had gone on to win a national championship with ease, I'd say there's a good chance.
There might be a conversation to be had.
But
so Jim
no.
Jerkface Harbaugh is out his damn mind.
Well, I mean, I think it's probably he probably has some hallucinogens on board.
Well, that's why you wear them khakis. Big pockets,
That's a good
plenty
point.
of places to put all that contraband. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
Now on to your quarterback, Keon, Texas quarterback, Arch Manning. He sold his first trading card at auction through Panini America's website. Went for $103,000. He hasn't played a single down.
6 figures right out the gate.
Oh my God, they are setting him up for the biggest bust in the history of the planet. You got to remember something.
Yeah.
That kid carries Cooper Manning's genes. Have you ever seen him on TV?
A little bit in those DirecTV commercials.
Who gets this money, by the way? Who gets the $100,000? Oh, well, this is good. Proceeds from the sale benefit Central Texas nonprofit. What nonprofit?
I don't know which nonprofit off the top of my head. I know
It says with the help of St. David's Healthcare and St. David's Foundation. Okay.
The Arch Manning Breakfast, Lunch, and Dinner Foundation.
but Arch already got paid for them using his name, image, and likeness on the card. So
$103,000. He'd better be good, or somebody's be sitting there with a card like, what have I done?
Well, I mean,
I will say this, and you guys can take this with whatever you want to take it as, but my understanding of the three Manning brothers, Cooper was the most talented.
He was the most talented athlete in high school, but he had a neck injury and it never went any farther than that for him. So, what happens in the future is what matters the most. Did Eli Manning have a horrible first season when he got to the NFL? I bet it wasn't as bad as Peyton's. Was Peyton better than Eli? Yes. So who knows? Would Cooper have been great or a bust? Who knows?
Well, Cooper wasn't a quarterback. Cooper was a wide receiver.
I thought he was a quarterback too. I didn't know he was a receiver.
Him and Peyton played together in high school.
In high school.
Oh.
And they set all kinds of records.
No wonder he was such a goofy bastard. Now that makes a lot more sense. Penisher says Harbaugh just added a 0 to the end of that number. Who will be drafted? 2. Just 2 players. You might be right, Penisher.
JJ McCarthy and Blake Corum are the two obvious guys that come to mind.
That's probably exactly who Penisher's thinking of.
I cannot guarantee anybody else on that roster is going to get drafted.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like, what is with coaches jibber jabber in their mouths? Sean Payton going after Hackett. Harbaugh saying that his entire team effectively is going to be drafted in 2024. It just, they're saying all this stuff. It's like there's no accountability, zero accountability. I got news for you, Sean Payton. When you guys play the Jets in week 5, I believe 5, some stuff's going to go down. Some stuff is going to go down. There's going to be some chip between him and Aaron Rodgers. There's going to be some some players. The Jets have a giant chip on their shoulder now. Way to go, Sean Payton. Way to energize the New York Jets, who could have been like a meh team. Now they're on fire. Now they're meh. Now they're ready to go. It's us against the world. You just helped Robert Saleh. That's why Robert Saleh's not mad. He's in that press conference. He's like, hey, if you ain't popping, they ain't hating. Thanks, Sean. He loves this.
It's the bulletin board material you're not supposed to give the other team, except the head coach is supposed to be the person smart enough to know not to provide the ammo. And he just didn't. Well, he just didn't care.
It's not just about game 5. It's about the entire season. This is the kind of stuff that happens at the beginning of a year that gets people going crazy. Now, Dalvin Cook actually signs a piece of paper with the Jets, and they're like, Arr! They are out of their minds with optimism and hope on that New York Jets team.
And I already think the Jets thought they were going to be good.
Makes them very dangerous.
The Jets last year were like, wow, if we only had a quarterback, just not even a great one, just any guy.
Remember the team that had the great defense, that had that chip on the shoulder, that had the us against the world mentality. I'm talking about the 1984 Chicago Bears. They should not have done what they did, right, Randy? I mean, Keon wasn't alive. But those Chicago Bears had a great defense, but nobody expected Jim McMahon to do what he did, or the Fridge Perry. Like, well, I guess I'll be on offense. You know,
that was one of the greatest defenses ever assembled.
But that was a team with a chip on their shoulder that everybody underestimated. That was a team that was galvanized by the jibber jabber of the naysayers.
Yeah. Going into that season, nobody expected that much out of it. And Jim McMahon was just crazy enough to lead that offense.
But it was all about that defense. It was all about that Bears defense. And so the Jets could be this year's Bears from 84. That would be something.
Well, especially with, if Keon's theory is right, great quarterbacks make Super Bowl winning teams. You could say a lot of things about Aaron Rodgers, but he certainly brings, respect and qualification to that offense now.
Oh, and he's getting everybody psyched up because he's like, keep my coach's name out your mouth. He's doing Will Smith after Sean Payton.
Yeah.
So it's like week 5. Is he going to go over there and smack the crap out of Sean Payton?
Well,
is he going to send that little roly-poly guy rolling down the field with a good smack to the face?
Sean Payton, he knows he should know better than that. I don't know what he thinks he's doing. And he was probably just trying to get his team's attention. He was trying to get his team's attention, like the big dog is in the house now, and he went about it in the most clumsy, wrong way possible.
And I love his response is, maybe I needed a little more restraint.
You think? I was listening to Ryan Clark talk about it, and he was saying the coaches that get the respect from the players, they say it in those meetings, and the stuff doesn't leave those walls. Like everybody knows this guy is serious, and we believe that because he's the one telling us that. He's telling us. He doesn't have to tell the media. He doesn't have to take shots at other teams. Like you're going to get more respect that way in the long term. Yeah, in the short term, you're going to get everybody's attention, but in the long run, I don't know that Sean Payton did the Broncos any favors on this.
No, not at all. It's only going to really hurt them in game 5, but it's going to help the Jets every single game this season. Every single game.
It will be something if the Broncos start off slow and then lose that week 5 matchup with the Jets. You might actually have some problems because that's the team you decided to paint the target on. And if you're 2-2 going into that game and you end and you're 2-3, you could potentially have lost that locker room by week 6.
Yeah, the Broncos have injuries now. Some serious injuries to some key players. Plus, you know what? Sean Payton may believe, some people may believe, when it comes to Russell Wilson, I do not believe. I think this is going to be a rough season for the Broncos, especially now, without a doubt. Listen, when we come back, I got Pringle and Fish Tank with some comments on the Jets. We got a bunch more injuries and suspensions and, typical NFL stuff. A lot of NFL stuff to talk about. I got your man of the day on the way. I don't know. Recipes, knock jokes, haikus.
No, I'm not doing a knock jokes. No.
Knock.
No.
Knock.
No.
Knock.
No, I'm not doing
FBI,
it.
get on the ground! Get on the ground! This wasn't a joke. Get your hands up. You didn't put your hands up. You just got shot in the face.
No.
By Sher Moore, whatever his name is from Criminal Minds.
Shere Khan
Whatever.
from the Jungle Book.
All I know is right now I'm going to eat some M&Ms. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a Dave's single, spicy chicken sandwich, medium frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and a
chicken
frosty.
sandwich.
Dave's single and a frosty for me.
And a frosty.
Okay, who said frosty and a frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Hello, everyone. Desert Equity Lending is back again with a mortgage product that we have all been waiting for. We are excited to offer once again the no document loan that we all remember from years ago. That's right. It's a true no document loan. Remember when stated income loans were available? They were the most popular mortgages available for self-employed, as well as for those borrowers that couldn't quite show enough income to qualify using regular underwriting guidelines. This new no doc loan is changing the way people get approved for a mortgage. Listen to this. No income, no problem. No tax returns, no problem. It doesn't take perfect credit to qualify either. If you have a good down payment and decent credit, you need to call now. These mortgages are being approved for primary residence as well as a second home. We are doing it the old-fashioned way. We use common sense underwriting to approve what other banks walk away from. Call 602-509-3000 to talk with a real person that can get you answers in hours, not days. That's 602-509-3000. Make the call. You will be glad you did. Desert Equity Lending. Desert Equity Lending, MB 0906989, NMLS 1733369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Mr. Pringle's there. He says the Jets, the Jets, Jets are an enigma. They have a Super Bowl defense, but their defense has never been in the Super Bowl.
Huh.
Enigma.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what that means. Fish Tank says, do you all know how insufferable Jets fans are? You think these Niner fans are annoying? Whew, Jets fans have the most delusional fans in the NFL. The Jets being good is very, very bad for the rest of us.
Well, I mean, the San Francisco 49er fans are much like the Dallas Cowboy fans. A lot of talk, a lot of bloviating, no action. You know, every year it's the same thing. We're going to Super Bowl. We're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to win the West. And then nothing. So,
yeah. You get a lot of that from the Jets, though, too.
Really, you don't, because every year the Jets were just terrible. Everybody knew the Jets were terrible. They were starting to get better under Robert Saleh.
I just meant shouty. The Jets says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Monday. Jeffrey, I couldn't help but hear you keep repeating my text name. That's awesome, but I have a question for you. Do you think about me when you're not at work?
You know he does.
I don't even think about myself.
What? Sorry.
I try not to get involved. Anyway, so where were we? So here's some NFL stuff for you. That's what we're talking, NFL. Ronald Jones, Cowboys running back. All these running backs are like dropping like flies, getting injured. Now Ronald Jones is suspended 2 games for PEDs. I have a question.
Yeah.
2 games? What did he just take some aspirin? How do you only get 2 games? How does this whole thing work? You see 6-game suspension for PED. I've seen that, but I've never seen a 2-game suspension.
Maybe he self-reported.
No, I don't think that happened. Don't think that.
Maybe
happened.
it was a tier 3, like it was a really kind of a dumbed down PED, like a tier 3. Like maybe it was that Slim Fast. Maybe it was like Slim Fast.
Ronald Jones, 2-week suspension for Slim Fast.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Well, Keon's not correcting us, so I think you're right.
Well, no, I don't think that's necessarily
Slim Fast. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
No, you took too long, Keon. It's Slim Fast.
But
no, Keon, it's not going to work now. Did you hear Jeffrey? It was Slim Fast. We know the story now.
But what flavor? Was it vanilla or chocolate?
It had to be strawberry. It's strawberry. Everybody knows the strawberry is the most potent.
No, strawberry will get you a 3-game suspension.
That's really not what it is.
Vanilla then.
You get the 4-game suspension for the use of steroid stimulants or HGH. But you can appeal the suspension and get some of that knocked down. So I'm assuming that's what happened there. And then of course it could be a 6-game suspension if they think that you tampered with the results or tried to manipulate it in some way, and that's the 6-game suspension. And then if you get a second violation, that could be a 10-game suspension. And then of course the third violation could be commissioner's discretion more than the 10.
2-game, I'm pretty sure it was vanilla Slim Fast.
Got to be vanilla.
No, I think it was originally a 4-game, and then he appealed it.
Okay, we agree to disagree.
Or would you knock that crap off? 888-368-1580. You were talking about self-reporting. Tyler Lockett has self-reported, but it's not a penalty, but it is kind of weird. He got in front of the team, and he's like, hey, guys, just need you to know, this is all on the up and up here. But my real estate company is now an official sponsor of the Seahawks. Sorry, what? Yeah, I got this real estate company that, I own, and they're sponsoring the team.
Tell me he doesn't name it something like
Lock
touchdown,
it in.
Touch it. Oh, that's even worse.
Lock it in.
Lock it in real estate. We'll sell your home in less time than it takes Tyler to make a touchdown.
So that seems it's not wrong.
You're not going to like this name.
What is it?
Live and Serve Real Estate.
Oh,
What?
lock it in was way better than live and serve.
He needs to contact us
Because
for
it was about a
naming
million
his-
times better.
Yeah, he needs to contact us immediately.
It's what we do, though. You know.
Well,
Anyway, so here's the thing. He's just like, well, the worst thing that can happen is people say no. So he's like, if I reach out to the Seahawks upstairs to the third floor, it's where all the business takes place, the third floor.
on the third
And
floor. All
I
right.
talked to them about the opportunity to want to do a little partnership there. And then I learned about them through the years of me being here. And then they had a deal with Windmere. And I heard Windmere wasn't going to do anymore. I was like, ooh, Tyler Lockett. And what was it called again?
Live and serve.
Ugh.
Live, LIVN, the letter N, serve.
Oh, just even worse.
See, is he somehow affiliated with the Live Golf Tour?
No,
because that would be bad. Then.
That would be bad, but it would make sense.
If he's trying to go like live Golf Tour, so he could sell.
It's
homes.
just if you're going to knock the E off the live,
yeah,
and you're going to shorten the and to an N,
Right.
why would you fully spell the word serve?
Well,
Wouldn't you?
You know
knock
what it is? He didn't have enough Scrabble letters.
That could
Is
be
that what it was?
He didn't want to dump his tiles, so he had to just do what he had to do.
Live and serve.
Real estate.
See, Jeffrey came up with an award winner.
Yeah, lock it in real estate. Lock it in real estate. Talk about a missed opportunity there, huh? Anyway, so there's nothing wrong with that because they won't let the teams give you sweat equity in the team. They won't give you like as a part of a deal, like for taking a smaller contract.
Well, this
give
is
you a chunk of the team. They
this
wouldn't
is
do
not
that for Tom
team
Brady.
ownership. This is sponsorship of a team.
I know, but it starts to get like sweetheart dealish. Like, yes, I don't know. It just feels weird.
I agree. I think that there is some way that you can game that in a way. Like you can give someone a discount, for instance, on sponsorship that maybe they wouldn't get if they weren't an actual player on the team, which
What
seems
is Tyler
unfair.
Lockett making?
Hmm?
What is
You mean-
his Tyler Lockett?
Probably
How much is he
like
making.
where are the mortgage rates up to right
Yeah,
now?
let's see his contract here. Stand by.
Oh, you mean for football?
Yeah, I need to know what he's making
Mortgage
because
rates are
if they're
way too
giving
damn
him
high.
if they're giving him any sort of damn a breakdown on this, I'm going to cry foul. Tyler Lockett. Here we go. Sport Track. Stand by. You talk amongst yourself while I look this up because I'm going to cry foul if he's. Boy, my internet's slow today.
So, the running back, issue is getting worse again today. Sony Michel said, "Hey guys, I retire. Bye bye." He just like out of nowhere just retired. Sony Michel, 2-time Super Bowl winner, once with the Rams, once with the Patriots. He's 28 years old, which he still has a couple of years left, at least as far as age goes. He's only made his entire career $11.5 million. That's how much he's made. Right now, they say his net worth is about $6 million. None of my business what he did with that other money, but not exactly leaving the game high on the hog. And he's like, you know what? I'm out. I'm done. Had enough of this. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. He's abruptly retiring. Not a guy that needed to retire to get out of a contract to get paid more money somewhere else, right? This is just like a journeyman running back. Pretty good, but not amazing, right?
Right. But the thing is, I go back and watch the Sony Michel's rookie year. It was absurd. He was insanely good. He wasn't a journeyman. He was a top tier draft.
Well, I'm
pick.
talking about where he's been in that the last year or two.
But yeah, and the explanation for that is that he got an arthritic knee, and he just wasn't the same after that. And he couldn't get back to the level that he was when he was a rookie. And he tried to make it work, and he bounced around the league, and he tried to make it work. But like at some point, that knee hurts, and you're not the explosive athlete with that you were when you first got into the league. And I think he just decided, I've got nothing else I can give. My knee doesn't allow me to play football at that level.
It's sad that the reality is what he says it is, and it's his body just he just can't do it. And I was hoping it was something clandestine because I always enjoyed watching Sony Michel work. So I guess that's that. It was Frank Gore. Did Frank Gore get in trouble for something? Did he have? Because I can't remember, or I might think it's somebody else. Frank Gore was for like 10 years the running back for the 49ers. He had an amazingly long career, and then he came over to my Colts, and he played, I thought, very well, and then he kept going to other teams even after the Colts. I think he had like a 15-year career or something, and I enjoyed him when he was on the Colts, but now he's working for the front office of the 49ers. And before I say congratulations to him, keeping on, I just want to make sure I'm not saying that to some domestic abuser or something.
Yeah. Earlier this year, Frank Gore was accused of grabbing a woman and, quote, violently dragging her nude person along the floor of a 59th floor hallway. But
who's nude person?
The woman,
some gal.
Oh, the woman was nude. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So there might be a good explanation for that.
Yeah, and she didn't have signs of injury, the police said. So
like maybe he was dragging her out of her. She did something wrong in his room or something. But I don't know. I'm like, there's no excuse for abusing someone or hurting someone or beating on them or anything like that.
Did she file charges?
I believe she did.
I mean, who among us hasn't drug a naked woman out of a hotel room?
He was
one time or another
with simple assault.
I have never done that. No.
But it doesn't sound good. So, all right, I ain't saying congratulations to Frank Gore then. He's some sort of a villain there.
Though he did play forever, though. That's the real thing. I don't even think it was 15 years. I think
Isn't his son playing?
I think it was more than that.
It's a lot of years. No, see, there's a guy named Derek Gore who just got signed up on a team, but he's no relation to Frank Gore. No. Everybody thinks that. But he's no relation. The Jet says, hey, Jeffrey, mortgage rates are currently at 7%. Yeah, considering that I refied my house for like 2.5%, to me, that's high. Let me know when that drops another 3 or 4. Then I'll be thinking about, mortgage rates. Megatron says, well, here's where the money went for Sony Michel. He paid taxes. That's where that other $5 million went. That does make sense. And
the thing is, like, a lot of people making millions of dollars are privy to certain tax breaks. Professional athletes are not.
So Tyler Lockett, we were talking about him becoming a sponsor of the Seattle Sea Chickens. Signed a 4 years, $69 million. He got $19 million as a signing bonus. He better be paying full ride on that thing. He better be paying a full boat on that sponsorship.
I would imagine that they gave him friendly discount.
Really?
I would imagine
not to save him money because they felt bad for him, but because that working relationship, you know how some of this stuff goes. People get deals because of who they know.
So here's how it's going to go down.
He's got the best who they know. I'm actively your employee.
I'm going to catch a couple of touchdowns for you. What do you say you knock 89% off of that sponsorship package for me?
Why wouldn't they? They're still making money off them. I mean, there's room for weirdness, but a discount on the deal. All right. At a certain point, it does get weird, but
Jeffrey, if you signed a $69 million 4-year contract and you got $19 million up front,
first off, I'm not taking the pay cut.
Okay, but what would you do? Maybe I should have asked Keon this, but what would you do? I mean, I mean, as soon as that 4-year contract up, I'm hasta lumbegos. I'm out of here.
What would I do in terms of would I play some more?
No, I mean, are you going to go into are you going to be like a real estate agent? Are you going to go out after you made $70 million and $19 million up front? Are you going to go out and sell, hawk houses for a living?
Well, I don't know.
Here's a real beauty. Look at the view on this one.
He's not trying to sell the houses himself. He's trying to start the business where other people sell the houses and he makes money from that because, he wants that kind of generational wealth. I mean, you have a lot of money, but if you can make so much money your kids don't have to work, I mean, that's even better.
I don't think there's a problem here, Randy. I mean,
some people just have that entrepreneurial spirit. They just want to start a business or start something of their own. And
I don't know. There does something just it rubs me the wrong way of him becoming a sponsor of the Sea Chickens.
Well, there has to be some sort of step back and take a look at it. Okay, so if he's paying full amount for the advertising, which is basically what it is, being a sponsor of the team, right? To have your billboard up in the stadium or whatever it is that he's paying for, and say, I'm a sponsor of the team and I'm paying full amount. Now you're like, okay, everything's on the up and up. He's a player, but his business is also advertising. Nothing wrong with that. But at what rate of discount does it become the Seahawks paying him outside of the cap?
Yeah,
there are, because advertising is worth something, and if the Seahawks, like Randy says, that they're giving him it's like 90% off, then you calculate how much that would be worth, and it could be in effect giving Tyler Lockett $10 million. So there is a case to be made, but where is the balance between he's just getting a good deal on some advertising, everybody wins, there's nothing to see here, or this is inappropriate that they are giving him millions of dollars of consideration, and they won't let us do that with ownership of a team. They shouldn't be doing that with this consideration.
I agree. I don't know where you draw the line, and that's why you shouldn't do this. That's why this shouldn't be allowed. For the same reason a player owning the team and having equity in the team isn't allowed. Aaron Rodgers was trying to do that with his pay cut, get some of that money as equity of the team. Well, you can't do that because there's a salary cap. So teams will all of a sudden be able to hide all those kinds of things. If somebody has a business, can you use that to hide some money from the salary cap? I just don't like that as a precedent, and trying to figure out where to draw the line is, I think, damn near impossible. So just don't do it.
The Jet says, isn't it better to drag a naked woman into your hotel room? Asking for a red friend. Well, it's the whole dragging part. If you have to drag a naked woman either in or out, something is not right. So I would highly suggest to not do that.
Yeah. And the police report said violently. So it was not.
No, unless she's into that and signs a consent.
Yeah.
Certain people would still be playing baseball in America had they figured that out.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
And many other words.
Got to take a break, and when we come back, more NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. If you speed, there are lots of sounds that you might hear, like the sound of your vehicle crashing, because eventually speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Tight divisional races as we head to the final 2 months of the regular season in Major League Baseball. In the American League East, the Baltimore Orioles are plus 135 to win the division, but the favorite is still Tampa Bay. The Rays are minus 110. Blue Jays, the long shot to capture the division at plus 650. Over in the West, the Rangers lead the Astros by 1 game. Texas minus 135 to win the West. The Astros plus 120. Over in the NL Central, Milwaukee, the favorite, plus 100. The Reds, who lead the division, plus 155. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
When you have trouble sleeping, it's tough. When kids have trouble sleeping,
Mom, I can't sleep. Dad, just one more story?
for nights like this, try Vicks Pure Z's Kids. Our great tasting gummies are specially formulated for kids with a unique blend of botanicals and a low dose of melatonin to support their natural sleep cycle. Best of all, they're drug-free and non-habit forming. Help your child fall asleep naturally with Pure Z's Kids Gummies. Consult with a doctor before use. For ages 4 and up.
If you're an agent or broker in group benefits, get ready to learn about an exciting and innovative new program to offer your clients. Eternal Benefit is now offering the first pre-planning program that's available as a payroll deduction and allows benefits for the entire family. Our pre-planning program can include coverage for yourself, your spouse, plus your immediate family, including parents, children, grandparents, and even aunts, uncles, and cousins. Looking for a great reason to contact your clients? This is it. No more meetings where you have nothing new to offer. Eternal Benefit plans lock in and provide for for funeral and burial expenses, regardless of price increases. Employees can now take care of their family member without pressure. Choose from hundreds of funeral homes and cemeteries. Plans are completely transferable, even if your clients move to another state. The program pays some of the highest commissions in the group benefits area. Find out more. Go to eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574. Eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574.
Greg Clark Automotive trained certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881. And online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
This isn't a game of touch in the backyard.
I tore his ass up.
This isn't tossing around the ball with your friends. And it sure as hell isn't flag football. This is the NFL. Hard-hitting, pad-smacking, body-busting football. We've got all the primetime games in one place. On your home for the NFL, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Danny Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Blissful Hayes says, congratulations to Justin Gaethje on winning the baddest mother effer belt at UFC 291 on Saturday.
Yeah, boy, what a fight that was.
And,
7 rounds, right?
I forgot it was even on, to be honest. And there was some boxing that went on, and a guy did a thing. Terrence Crawford. They're saying he's probably better than Floyd Mayweather was. Do we agree on that?
Come on.
Errol Spence.
Yeah.
I mean, you just beat him up.
I think it's Jeffrey's old, thinking of his old adage of, you play up to your competition, and maybe his competition hasn't been as, I mean, if he got into the ring with Mayweather, I mean, Mayweather was something else.
Mayweather would run away from him, so it would have to really.
I think so.
Like late career Mayweather was running, or early Mayweather. That dude could hit. I
think that it depends on who he's boxing.
The guy he was boxing, every picture you see, there's like an explosion of sweat where he's getting punched by Terrence Crawford.
I will say this about Crawford though. Crawford's 40-0. He's real close, and 31 of those are knockouts. He's not just beating people up; he's putting them to sleep. So there's a conversation there. But Floyd Mayweather, I mean, defensively, he's just one of the best boxers ever. Not just like moving away from people, but in terms of the way that he'd be able to roll his shoulders with the punches, and he could just never be cleanly hit. And that was why people had a hard time beating him.
Yeah, he may have shot Tupac.
I don't know about that.
No, he lived in an apartment right there on the corner of where it went down, and he was showing people. He's like, I haven't told anybody this, but this is where it happened. I think he might have shot Tupac.
Somehow, I don't believe that's necessarily the
case. He got the nickname Floyd Money Mayweather because the money was to keep his damn mouth shut because of who had him shoot Tupac. Was it Sean Puffy Combs who gave Floyd Mayweather the money to shoot Tupac? No, it was Wayne Brady.
Oh, that's a plot twist. There were many plot twists right now.
Wayne Brady?
Yeah, no, just write that down in the back of your mind, and later on, when the truth comes out,
Wayne Brady. You mean the guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
What
is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
That's what I'm saying. And he had to pay a bitch
Brady?
to shoot a bitch. I mean, that's what he does.
He's got a dark side, Randy. He's got
under
a dark
that
side.
under that friendly front. There lives the gangster.
We got to send you some Chappelle Show clips on that. I think
Dave Chappelle made a documentary about him. It's
Wayne
real.
Brady. Mm-hmm. So let's just keep that between us. Okay.
Wow.
So remember when the Colts put up that participation trophy banner? Remember that?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, what was it? AFC finalists. It's like, oh God, please
Hey,
don't.
we made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, remember we hashed a plan to helicopter in, cut the ceiling, and
SWAT team.
Yeah.
Black Ops.
Well, I feel better now because Sean McDermott has done something just about as bad. He put a banner with the Lombardi Trophy up at practice in the indoor practice, so it's right there. I haven't seen a picture of it yet.
Well, that's not saying.
But I hear it's big.
It's not saying future. It's not saying future Lombardi Trophy winners.
They've never won a Super Bowl. They have no business with any photo of the Lombardi Trophy up in their practice facility or any other facility.
No. Why not?
They have no right to put that thing up. And,
come on.
How dare they, sir?
If you put that up as your goal, then
I'm trying to get the attention off my damn Colts banner. Okay, help out.
I don't think that he is hanging it up as though they have won things. That's their goal, though. That's your focus.
Help me out here. I'm trying. You guys just shut.
I want to, but that's not unreasonable.
I've got a pocket. Jeffrey, you know I carry a pocket knife everywhere I go.
Yes, I know. We've been stopped many times by the police for it.
So what we need to do is we need to fly to Buffalo.
Yeah.
We take the weather jet into Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
You keep everybody busy. Okay. Put on a comedy act or something.
Sure.
I'll run in there and cut that sucker down and steal it. We'll put it back on the weather jet. We'll be out of there by sundown.
Let's stop in, land in Indianapolis.
Yeah. Oh, cut the other one down?
Cut the other one down too.
Well, you're going to have to do that one because I can't get up on those Raptors.
I know you have a problem with heights.
Oh my God.
I got that.
I have a hard time with a 6-foot ladder.
Yeah. So, Sean McDermott, I get it. You're trying to visualize what you're at. If they couldn't do it 4 times, the Jim Kelly.
Okay, but this is the next best quarterback they've had since. If you can't believe with Josh Allen, then just don't believe.
So here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
I'm not hanging up a banner. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even putting up a facsimile of the Super Bowl trophy. I'm not doing that. Every time I meet, every meeting room, and they got those computer generated boards now, where they plug in their laptops and it's got the what do you call that? The PowerPoint things. You got the PowerPoints on the screens in there. Yeah. Oh yeah. So every time they come in, there's a picture of the trophy and some other team has it.
Go see, now that's motivation right there.
Some other team has the trophy.
Have them hoisting it.
The Chiefs
in your division, even.
Oh my God! Hey, you get in there every time you have a meeting, and I'm talking not just in spring training here, or what do you call this? For preseason?
Training camp.
Oh, training camp. Yeah, not just the entire season. Every time the players walk in a room, there's another picture of another team hoisting that trophy. And you start off every meeting with, 10 minutes on why the Buffalo Bills need to win this trophy. And you get some motivated speaker in there and you bring oh my God, you get in there and you scream and yell and throw clipboards and things talking about how great it is to hold this trophy. Maybe have Super Bowl rings in there, have like a PowerPoint display going on. You see what I'm saying?
I have an even better idea.
That's the way you do it.
I have a great idea on how to motivate them and make them angry and get them hyped up. Here's what you do, Randy. Forget about the Lombardi Trophy.
All right.
You get life-size, what they call big heads, fat heads. What are they? Those
fat
vinyl
heads.
things.
Oh,
where
yeah.
A
Stick them on the
life-size
wall.
sticker of the players, right? But you
Yeah,
don't
fat
do
heads.
that. You do a little homework and you find out from these players, each one of them, who's your least favorite player in the NFL on another team?
And then you hang Patrick Mahomes all over the place. I get it.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Sorry. Okay.
You find out who their least favorite players are, the ones that get on their nerves, right? So then you get life-size stickers of all the players' moms, and with a thought bubble that says how much I just love that Travis Kelce.
Oh yeah.
And Mark Andrews is like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you do is for the team, all of their moms are complimenting people on other teams.
Yeah, their sons on other teams. Yeah.
Volcano-like rage from all these players, and they have to see that every time they come. It's in the locker room. It's in their lockers. They have to see it before a game.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm getting angry right now.
See what I mean? That's how you motivate people.
Yeah.
Not pictures of Lombardi Trophy. Their moms complimenting other boys.
Just if I saw my mom complimenting somebody else's boy, I would go right through the damn wall. Oh,
Keon can't even imagine it. He's trying to come up with some sort of counter for the. He's like, no, I'm right.
You can't. Yeah,
that'll do it.
That will make people mad. But if you want people to focus, I don't think that mad is the only reaction.
They're going to focus like the water boy going after somebody for saying Gatorade is better.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Go right through a person.
Especially if your mom's been dead like mine. My mom's been dead for years. Oh yeah. If I saw a picture of her and she's talking about Travis Kelce, I'm kicking somebody's ass.
I just sent, my mom, I like on a regular basis, because I know my sister comes over quite a bit. Stuff that says, I got this mug from my favorite son, from my favorite child, that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. I've been peppering her with that stuff. So anytime my sister's at the house says, oh, what's this? Jeffrey. I've been doing that for a while. I know how to get under people's skins. That's how you motivate a team. You have their moms say nice things about other teams.
It's very elaborate, but okay.
It's not elaborate.
It's perfect.
That or just print one banner of the thing you're trying to get.
What do you mean?
The Lombardi Trophy.
Oh, come on.
Just
come on. That's not
too simple.
How's that not going to do it? Is that not
the players' moms talking about other boys? Oh my God. There'll be just mayhem. Absolute mayhem.
You might have to, bail some people out, but mayhem.
I don't know that mayhem is necessarily what you're looking for.
Can you see the first game? The first game when the Buffalo Bills run onto the field, and they just start beating the hell out of the other team. They haven't even started. They haven't even had the kickoff yet.
Yeah,
you just got warm-ups. What are you doing?
You got 6 guys ejected. Congratulations.
Just absolute mayhem.
Yeah, but it's also 6 guys on their team that get ejected for fighting back.
See, I mean, maybe. I mean, if clearly you've got guys running across the field just in the middle of warm-ups, swinging helmets like Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
I don't think the other team's going to have ejections. It's just going to be you.
No.
It's just going to be you.
You just he said something about my mom. And they're like, oh yeah, that's it. You're out. Get out of here. Heavy Metal Maniac. We know about that. Yeah, that news broke at the beginning of the show that the Diamondbacks have traded for Mariners reliever Paul Sewald. Say goodbye to Josh Rojas, Dominic Canzone, and some other guy. So, we're looking for him to do more Heavy Metal Maniacs. So hopefully that helps. Moist One says, I'd be stealing a couple of those moms. Might have to call them splat heads after. All right.
What?
Dude, Moist One. This is people's moms.
Talking about player moms.
It is Moist One.
It is Moist One, but I can't. I'm still appalled. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know your middle name was Paul.
A Paul. So that's like he's got 2 middle names. Dot Paul.
Yeah. I didn't say anything about my
middle name. You just said your middle name was A Paul.
I never said anything about my middle name.
No, you were an author?
I feel like Keon is kind of like talking out of both sides of his head.
I never said anything about
one minute he says he's A Paul, and now he's like,
where did I mention my
middle
rough
name? Monday with Keon.
I'm pretty sure if you rewind the tape, there's going to be a part where you saying how much you're a Paul.
Yeah.
I did say I was appalled.
See, he did it again, Randy. He did it again. Now he's going to deny it. Watch. It's coming on.
Rewind the tape.
Tiger Paws says, scenes from The Replacements, Field Mayhem. I haven't watched that movie in a long time.
The Replacements.
More than a while.
That had David Spade and the guy from What was this? It had David Spade.
Oh, that's
and,
Keanu
Reeves.
Yeah.
What,
Keanu Reeves.
The Replacements?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Or was that the guy from Quantum Leap? God, I think. I'm all confused now.
maybe. See, now I'm all
I'm
messed
pretty
up.
sure Keanu was.
Oh wait,
Shane,
the bench.
Shane Falco is the
The
quarterback.
bench
Shane
warmers
Falco.
was the bench warmers was David Spade.
And then I always get the Refreshments and the Replacements confused. Those two bands. I get those confused.
I don't think I've ever heard the Refreshments.
Oh, they're good.
They're good. Okay.
Yeah. So are the
Very
Replacements.
refreshing.
Write that down.
Don't ask me which is which though. But they're both good. Refreshments. You never heard. Refreshments, I think, is an Arizona band.
Replacements is the movie. Pretty sure.
Yeah, but there's also a band
Called The Replacements?
Yeah.
Apparently.
I need
There's
to look
one
that
is my favorite thing is everybody knows the world is full of stupid people. That's one of my favorite songs.
That's by The Replacements?
I think the Refreshments.
Wait, The Refreshments or The Replacements?
Oh, jeez, great. Hold on. Let me just do my Google thing here. I can tell you when I see the album. Refreshments band. And yep. It's the Refreshments. Yeah. The Refreshments, they're good. They're from Tempe, Arizona. And the song I'm talking about is Banditos. They have a couple of great albums, but the most famous one is the Fizzy one.
Fizzy?
Yeah. They also did the theme to King of the Hill.
The Replacements or The Refreshments?
Refreshments. I keep saying the Refreshments. Trying to tell you something here. Fizzy, Fuzzy, and Big and Buzzy was the album. That's it. Fizzy, Fuzzy, Big and Buzzy. And I think there's an airplane on the cover, if I'm not mistaken. No, there's a girl that was on an airplane on the cover.
Keon, do you have that? Remember that medical box I gave you when you first started working here? Do you have that?
I do.
Now is the time to go ahead and give him that injection. Go ahead.
I don't
Just
need
go
an
ahead now.
injection.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Keon. Go ahead.
Seriously, Spotify, Fizzy, Fuzzy, Big and Buzzy, buy the Refreshments.
Keon,
It's a real thing. I'm
Keon,
looking at it right now.
Get that out right now.
Get some of the music and play it on the show. We should have that on the show, except for they sing all the time, so we can't use it as bumper music, I don't think. But oh God,
Refreshments or Replacements?
Refreshments, God damn it. The Wiz says best Arizona band. Boy, that's gonna be between the Gin Blossoms and the Refreshments, if you ask me. Roger Klein and the Peacemakers. I don't know there. Reaper says, how about Necessary Roughness? Is Necessary Roughness the one with the guy from Quantum Leap? I don't know.
Now there's a song, Refreshments by Playas Circle.
What?
I can't play it.
That's a song. No. The band is the Refreshments, not the song.
The band is the Refreshments.
Oh God, you're just ruining everything.
Is this the Refreshments here?
Yes, but that's just a theme song to King of the Hill.
So it's the Refreshments then?
Yeah,
not the Replacements.
But the good music. I just I think we have to stop having these meetings on air. But
okay,
they're a tight band.
And you want this as the as bumper music back in from commercial, the King of the Hill theme?
No, I don't want the King of the Hill theme.
I
just go listen to Big and Buzzy, Fresh and Fizzy, whatever, the Refreshments, and tell me that's not a great band.
Big and Buzzy, Fuzzy.
I will check it out later.
Fuzzy Wuzzy?
Yeah,
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear.
Okay, we got to take a break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Your home is the place where you know your loved ones are secure. But the things that keep your home protected can't keep pests at bay. That's where RAID comes in. For 60 years, RAID scientists have worked to protect people around the world. With trusted research, ingredients, testing standards, and product efficacy, RAID seeks to create a better future for all, especially the ones you love most. RAID, protection for all.
If you're an agent or broker in group benefits, get ready to learn about an exciting and innovative new program to offer your clients. Eternal Benefit is now offering the first pre-planning program that's available as a payroll deduction and allows benefits for the entire family. Our pre-planning program can include coverage for yourself, your spouse, plus your immediate family, including parents, children, grandparents, and even aunts, uncles, and cousins. Looking for a great reason to contact your clients? This is it. No more meetings where you have nothing new to offer. Eternal Benefit plans lock in and provide for funeral and burial expenses, regardless of price increases. Employees can now take care of their family member without pressure. Choose from hundreds of funeral homes and cemeteries. Plans are completely transferable. Even if your clients move to another state, the program pays some of the highest commissions in the group benefits area. Find out more. Go to eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574. Eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940 or online, lundmortgage.com.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the 6-pack? Bingo. That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's a Daily Blender on a Monday here on 1580 99.3 The Fanatic. We don't really talk about soccer here on this radio program. Nope. But the U.S. women's soccer team is currently in action against the world. It's the World Cup. And you can take advantage of the U.S. women's soccer team being in action by placing some bonus bets. And you can do that on FanDuel. You can take home bonus bets every time the women's U.S. national women's team win. On FanDuel right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets guaranteed, plus another $10 in bonus bets for every Team USA win. Jeffrey, are you going to throw a couple of dollars down on the women's U.S. women's national soccer team?
No, but that's okay because there's lots of other stuff I can bet on. But I'm not. No, I will not be. No,
they're one of the favorites to win the World Cup for the women.
I'm sure they are.
And you still don't want to make money? Is that it? Hey, Keon, are you going to throw?
And they win, it's probably not going to make that much money anyway.
Well, you could listen.
I'm UK, looking for a value deal, man.
Well, the UK is playing very well. Denmark is
against the United States. What kind of a person do you think I am?
I can see that this is going off the rails.
So your big mistake was asking me.
Right now, new
really on you, Randy.
Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets guaranteed, plus another $10 in bonus bets every time Team USA wins. Just go to FanDuel.com/Randy1580. Sign up between now and August 3rd. Then place your first $5 bet to unlock your bonus bets. That way, you get to bet on everything from total goals to player props, to who's going to score a goal, when a goal is going to be scored, first half, second half. If the USA is going to move on tonight, they're in action. And if they win or draw, or I guess tie, I have to say that for Jeffrey's sake. If they tie tonight, they move on to the second round. I don't know what Keon, do you know what the second round is? Is that like that's so they're in pool play right now?
Correct. That's the one right after the first round.
No, Jeffrey, it has a name. What's it called, Keon?
Yeah, it's group play.
So right now is pool play. where you get the pool toys out. You know,
no.
I found a damn nice pool toy. But if I had a pool, I would get this,
that is not what that is.
I would literally assassinate, within reason, all of my grandkids with this pool gun. This was the mother of all squirt guns.
And I imagine you have a fantastic time, but that's not what this is.
I don't have a pool either.
No. Your pool is also known as the group that you are in. You're in a group with 3 other teams.
Yeah.
And the 2 highest scoring teams
move on to
the knockout round.
Oh, knockout! I like knockout round.
Body blow. Knock him out.
Yeah. However you want to play, don't miss your chance to get $10 in bonus bets for every Team USA win, plus $100 in bonus bets guaranteed. Go to FanDuel.com/Randy1580 and sign up today. Make every moment more with FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. 21 and older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Jeffco.
Thank you, Randy. Nostradamus is on the text line, 888-368-1580. Says, 4 episodes into Quarterback series on Netflix, and I love it. 1 vigorous thumb up. Highly recommended. I just won. And he says, by the way, Jeffrey looking for a value bet? That sounds quite a bit like a previous co-host in the show. Backdoor cover, anyone? I don't know. I was just trying to fit in.
I thought that was an anal bum cover.
It's an anal bum cover. Yeah.
Anal bum cover.
What now?
That's album cover. That's album cover.
What's that?
That's album cover.
An album cover?
An album cover. Yeah. Hamilton Porter says, don't worry, Randy. You'll get used to pool play with the new stupid NBA tournament. Oh, why would you bring that up? Tihua says, Viva football. Viva football.
Well, yeah, it's football season just getting underway here.
Yeah.
And we've been talking some NFL.
Yeah, we got the Hall of Fame game on Thursday night at 5 p.m.
That's this Thursday, by the way, right?
Supposed to start that broadcast at 4:30, but I was told to skip the pregame because nobody gave a crap.
So Ron said no.
We're going right into the game at 5. Blissful Hayes says Flotsam and Jetsam is the best Phoenix band, followed closely by Greenhaven and Sacred Reich. Okay, but you would probably want to talk to the Wiz, who says it's Jimmy Eat World. He says the format was solid. They're now called Fun. Joe the Show says, if I started a band here in Arizona, it'd be called Phoenix and the Devil's Nutsack. Seems like a.
See, mine would be called Swampy Crotch.
Yeah, I think you probably shorten up that name a little bit, Joe the Show. It's not a bad name. It's kind of long. It's like Edward Sharp and the Edward Scissorhand Magnetic Zero things, or whatever they call that band.
Swampy Crotch.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Moist One says, I typed in big and bussy, and now I'm going to be busy for the next hour. Okay. It was fizzing. Okay. You know what? You're just having your own fun. I'm not going to even correct.
Who said that?
Moist One. I'm not going to correct
him.
Just
Moist One. Stop it.
Leave him alone. He's entertaining himself.
As he does. I think we should probably give you your man of the day. Now, the man of the day, what an adventure this guy was on. A former British paratrooper spent 6 years walking the entire coastline of the United Kingdom to raise money for veterans charities. And he just finished after 19,000 miles.
Good for him.
And when he left, can I give you an idea how long it took him? When he left, that was when we started this radio station, 2017.
Wow.
And he was a single dad. And he had a daughter who was grown up and just left for college. So now 6 years later, after he left in 2017, just walking around, he showed up back again. Here's what he came back home with: a beard. He had like the Forrest Gump beard. Remember when he went, I was running or walking? So he shows up with a beard, a dog. He adopted a dog on the way.
Okay.
A woman who he got engaged to, and she was carrying the baby.
So he came back with a
Excuse
dog,
me?
a woman, and a new son who just turned a year old. And in the meantime, he raised $500,000 for the veterans charities.
You know what? Good for him, though.
Yeah.
Good for him. Congratulations.
That I need the movie for that because a lot happened there on that. I mean, it's just that's a whole someone's entire life story. And
If you rewind it, if you play it backwards, it's a country music song. Just all those things, you know. Anyway, so yeah, I should have grabbed his name, but I forgot to grab his actual name. But that guy is man of the day. Yeah, I just realized I didn't get the name on the paper here. So
damn,
that guy is man. If you want, I can probably bring it up pretty quick. If it's important to you to know the actual God-given name of the man of the day man. Is it important to you to have the man of the day man?
No, I think it's by proxy.
The story is incredible enough.
Yeah.
By proxy.
Just
By
knowing
proxy.
that it happened.
Somebody else is going to
knowing
tell
about
you the name of the man?
No, just knowing about it. Just knowing about his accomplishments is enough.
I had another story, which I thought was going to be it. There was this couple in Rhode Island. They were at a seafood restaurant. They found a pearl and a clam. And so the
He
dude
dropped to a knee and proposed to his girlfriend.
No. He waited 2 years. He had the pearl turned into a ring, and he did drop to his knee and propose, and she said yes. And then when I looked up the story, it just, I thought, well, this is going to be some dude, some guy who's like, how lucky was that? A couple of rich white people. It was Rhode Island. That should have been my first clue that this wasn't going to be an inspirational thing. It's just
You were talking about this is one of those British Army guys, right?
Yeah, Chris Lewis is his name.
Oh,
Chris
very good.
Lewis. And he did a lot of. That's a long time though. Do you think that maybe after 6 years it should have been more than $500,000? I don't want to be.
You would think,
ungrateful.
but yeah, no, I get it. But you would think so. But
people didn't really
see. After a while, people lose interest unless you have somebody keeping the fire burning, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this guy did not have people working it on the social media.
See, if he would have had the three of us and we would have kept the fire burning, he would have raised easy. He would have raised at least another $500,000. Easy.
But I mean, he was
6
a little
years.
bit busy walking
Easy.
19,000 miles.
Well, he wasn't just walking.
starting a family,
Right.
adopting a dog. Yeah,
he was
trying to train
chasing
a
down
dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
convince
busy.
some woman to walk along with him. I mean,
well, what was she doing the entire time? Why wasn't she working it? On the GoFundMe and the
maybe she was a waitress, and then he stopped in at a diner one day.
Don't you want me?
Yeah. See,
sorry, that
that's
song
exactly,
came to mind.
That's exactly where I was.
I was
exactly
working as a waitress at
Yeah.
a cocktail
Yeah,
bar.
that's it. That's
when
it.
your sweaty bearded ass walked through.
When you came in. Yeah. Mhm.
Don't you want me? Yeah, maybe after a shower. Maybe a shower. You've been walking for how many years, but you can't find a place to bathe?
Yeah. Come into my flat and have a shower. We'll talk a little farther.
Ooh, we should probably do this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1897, John Grimes, who appeared in only 3 games during his 1-year career with the St. Louis Brown Stockings, established a major league mark by hitting 6 batters in a 9-inning game. The post-1900 record is 4 hits. A dubious feat shared by many pitchers. Back to me, Jeffrey. Yeah, this dude hit 6 guys. 6.
I hit 5 in one game one time.
Well, this is Major League Baseball.
Yeah, mine was Little League.
Yeah, Little League, that's expected. The fact that for 123 years, the record is 4 hit batters, that tells you something. And in 1897, John Grimes, he hit 6.
So the problem was in 1897, they didn't throw it very hard.
Is that it?
No, they didn't.
How hard did they throw?
Not very hard. It was kind of like
average speed.
It was kind of like in the backyard, just tossing it to somebody in the backyard.
Oh, I mean, say, how would you know? They didn't have radar guns.
Well,
Did they have somebody run along next to the ball to see how fast it was?
No, they didn't. They didn't throw very hard. Earliest pictures, accounts from witnesses said they didn't pitch very hard. If you go back and you watch,
measure speed on film.
If you go back and watch the earliest film of baseball, it was like soft toss. I mean, these guys were just throwing it over the plate.
Now I'm curious. It's like, can you figure out velocity of a ball on video without the radar gun being present?
Well, I don't know that, but come on, you can tell these guys were just kind of lobbing it in there. Well, the idea was to put the ball in play, not strike guys out.
And he's hitting guys.
And he's
still hitting guys.
Sorry, old chap.
Somebody's handlebar mustache got creased.
Ooh, pardon me, old boy.
A rectinator says, yeah, it's kind of a sad day. What? That's okay. I ain't reading that. So if Pee Wee Herman passed away, so does that mean 2 more perverts are going to die? You know what I'm saying? That happens in threes, famous threes. So it should be Pee Wee Herman. Somebody better check on Hugh Grant. Because around that same time, he was in trouble, What man has Liz Hurley sitting there waiting for you to come by, gets a prostitute? Something's wrong. Something's wrong with Hugh Grant. In fact, Hugh Grant should have done Pee Wee's time. You know what I'm saying? He should have gone and done time in place of Pee Wee. So who else is going to die now?
Well, Randy Meisner passed away last week.
Is he a pervert?
I don't know.
Oh, show's over. Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My